You did. So, as is usual, and because I'm lazy, I shall throw that over to you guys to give everybody a recap on what happened last time.
Yeah, I wasn't here last time, so I
Ah,
don't know what's going on.
so these
We
are
I
getting close.
explored the graveyard a bit.
Mm.
I found my friends in an area looking for good wood to make bows, and made sure that they failed at finding that task. I think it came down to a roll that I did poorly. Um, I also may not have done or said the right thing while leaving an outhouse, which then made somebody follow me into the bar, who was given copious amounts of free alcohol that, as he would drink it, like kind of just, kind of spilled out through a hole in his chin onto the floor. So this place does get strange at night. It does. It gets very odd. Um, we did find out that the innkeeper who who does not like dwarves is actually one. So there's a little bit of mystery and angst there. But everybody seems okay with it. So um, I'm not sure that a self-hating dwarf is at all acceptable. You know, at all. But given that there didn't seem to be any other dwarves around here at this point, it's we'd be championing a cause for nobody at this point by confronting him any more than we've already done, which we did, and I think we did get kicked out of the bar for that,
Oh yeah.
and invited never to come back again.
Yeah. Somebody did accuse him of being a dwarf, didn't they?
Well,
no, we didn't.
accusation, it would assume that being a dwarf is bad. We did not accuse him of that at all. We just we're trying to figure out why somebody should hate anybody. Never mind. The fact that, so in any case, our dialogue with him, Brian, didn't further us gain any understanding of why he had that opinion of dwarves.
He turned up. Was it 5 years ago or 7 years ago?
Yeah, something like that. About 7 years ago.
When the mist was a thing here, he just turned up and then he set up.
Out of the mist?
Yeah. So he's kind of a bit of a businessman because he owns the brewery. He's got the tavern. He's wanting to trade, but the elder doesn't want trade coming to the settlement because she doesn't want attracting bandits and outsiders. But he's wanting to sell his beer elsewhere. So there's a bit of a rivalry between him and her. And then I think he wants to get rid of her, doesn't he? Or but she won't. She just won't give in to him selling his beer into other settlements.
Yeah,
and he's kind of a bit dubious whether to push. I said, why don't you just start trading? What can she do to stop you? And he mentioned that Rust brother. I can't remember what it was called. So I think he's scared to do anything in case this Rust brother stops him from doing it. Basically, the Rust brother is on the elder's side, as far as we made out.
Yeah.
Was it Circus? Circus. So we don't know what a Rust brother is, but apparently,
well, we do kind of know what a Rust brother is. They worship
a priest.
They're gods. They worship. Let's see. Hang on. I have this. Yeah, and his wife Hannah, or something. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it. Yeah, so
he's like the replacement Rust brother, but I can't remember who said it. If anything happens to him, other Rust brothers will just turn up.
Right.
And they take tax from the settlement. So obviously they get their money
On
off
what
the
authority?
on their
Under the
authority.
authority of Rust.
Yeah, their authority.
Rusty and Haim are the corruption of the Raven in terms of, what they are. And, you can see there are quite a few ravens flying around. I don't know if anybody else has noticed it on this map. So
the dwarf is scared of him, or he's scared of the Rust brothers. That's why he's not pushing the issue.
So
but he's
the general. There's that general sort of atmosphere and respect out of fear towards the Rust brother. And the Rust brother is currently backs Mrs. Polmore. But on top of that, Yarwim, the brewmaster at the Three Skulls, his operation is crippled by the fact that Miss Polmore is trying to enforce more taxation on him. So everybody
and Brian,
who doesn't contribute to the upkeep of the community is taxed in some way, but Yarwim is being particularly targeted because of his attempts to or intentions to try and open up lines of trade, which Mrs. Polmore is not happy about, is not interested in it happening at all. She's more of the opinion that the community should stay self-sustaining and insular and self-contained, so as to not draw unwanted attention to themselves.
So the other interesting thing that we found out about this place is that this settlement was built upon a battlefield of a great battle. And apparently that gate stone, meaning that, little walk up there to that little place. So that whole area is designed to show the resting place of Napola, who was a noble who was killed at the Battle of the Hollows. And I went up there last night with, I don't remember the character's name. I think it was was it Oscar that I went up with? Who did I go up with?
Theron, Elf, Andy.
Theron.
So
I went up with Theron, and we found the entrance to the grave, or at least to an entrance to the cave. We couldn't enter it because some of the restless dead decided to come pay us a visit, and they discouraged us from continuing with our activities there.
Yeah, there was a inscription on the obelisk in the center of that stone circle, wasn't there? If you remember it, that let me refresh your memory.
Hang on, give me a second. The road to Napola's last resting place is shown at the midnight hour of the full moon.
Yeah. So the top of the obelisk, there was a hole in the top of the obelisk, and when and it just by sheer coincidence, it happened to be a full moon that night.
Coincidentally,
so it cast a beam of light through the hole and struck the side of the hill. And upon investigating that, you uncovered a stone that had a faded carving of a gateway in it.
Correct. So
at that point, some undead turned up and nearly did away with Lloyd him.
Correct. And I'd also ruined my bow.
Yes.
In the I rolled that poorly.
And didn't Theron damage his axe as well after destroying the undead?
Yeah, so Theron killed the undead with his axe, but broke his axe in the process. Well, it's not broken, is it? It's damaged. It's repairable at the moment. It's not completely broken.
Yeah.
Oh,
me to
You're
break.
right. Mine, and I did. Sorry, I didn't break my bow. I broke the ranger's bow.
So they're not completely
Well, it's got
broken.
your
It's
name
just
on it, right?
the damage. So
That's
the
true.
bonus dice, they're no longer the bonus dice has been reduced. I think in the case of the axe, it only has one bonus dice, so it's been reduced to 0. So you can still hit things with the axe, I guess, but it doesn't. It's kind of pointless because it doesn't gain you anything.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
probably want to get those repaired.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly. It needs repairing.
That's what I'm going to be doing today. I mean, again, when I was up there, that was midnight. We came down. I met. Well, Navi, I probably met before. Went there before, so I think the point that we left the game was, us rushing back.
Yeah.
Right, because it was after midnight, and now we're kind of resting.
Yeah. So
And then
I think you made it back. Basically, made it back to the inn. Managed to get back in because it was locked.
yes,
And then just rested. So according to my timepiece, it's the next morning.
Okay, so I need to rest.
So yeah, if you haven't done so already, you can trigger a rest on your characters.
okay.
So I suppose I should point out if anybody can, although it's blurred, can't really see him. There's that blurred person back there. That's Ian, who will be our new player. Unfortunately, his communication device is not working.
Oh, okay.
And of course, we have to get to a point where it's his character is level 250. So whether that happens today or next session remains to be seen. If it happens today, then there shall be some either me relaying messages or some frantic typing.
Or his character's mute.
Yes.
Well, yeah, no, but I mean, I think I'd prefer if we met him today so that he can actually be engaged in the story, if at all possible.
That would be the ideal situation.
It's got a really bad sore throat.
Yeah. And so is it if I show the next day at breakfast is Ciaran my bow are you qualified to fix the string on it that it apparently is like really all rubbery now?
You're looking at the wrong guy. I'm the bower.
Ah, okay. Oscar.
Yeah, I don't do bows. Although my craft skill is quite good.
Okay.
Actually, I think you probably could with crafting repair it because it's already a bow.
Oh, it's already made, so I don't
Yeah.
have to craft it. But I could
Yeah.
assist, or you could assist, or I mean, my crafting roll is
I can't remember
what 6 dice. So
Wow.
but we probably need some stuff too. We might have to get some.
I don't think you do for crafting, do you? I think it's just a crafting roll. You
Repair.
I think so.
Let me see.
Sorry, guys. I was just communicating with Ian.
So just to do a repair, you don't need any more materials, do you? You just it's a crafting roll.
No. I don't believe so. It's just a crafting roll.
So you've got 6 total. I've got, because it's strength, isn't it? Which I didn't realise. That's not good.
Yep.
So I've got 5. I don't know if the boa would come into it. Probably wouldn't. So you're probably better off doing it then, and I'll assist you.
Assist me. All right.
So that'll give you 7 dice, won't it?
So yeah, I'll take a look at it and try and shape it back up for you there.
Okay, so that will take crafting take it takes a quarter, probably not a full quarter day, but it takes up.
That'll probably be the most of my quarter day. Yeah, trying to repair it.
Sure. Restring it.
Yeah. All he's really doing is bending back the nail a little bit more.
I mean, I got a success.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, maybe having to heat soak the wood to get the bend back into it. re-string it. Maybe it can use a completely new new string.
So we were all doing things on the previous day. What had Siren got up to? What have you collected? Some herbs.
So yeah, so I did mention that. So I think we decided you were going out. Siren was going out gathering ingredients. So you, if you wish, Brian, you can have collected ingredients for all of your spells if you wish, within reason, unless it's something perhaps a little too exotic.
Actually, I would have been more interested in collecting some herbs
Yeah.
to do some crafting there.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Do you want me to make a roll for that
Um,
to see if I did?
no, we'll say you've done it because you spent the entire day. So essentially, like 2 or 3 quarter days. So let's say
Okay.
let's give you the benefit of the doubt. So you found what you needed.
Do you know how to make poison, Siren?
I do.
And I'm talking lethal poison.
Yes.
To kill somebody.
Gee, I know I snore at night, but that's a little extreme.
And would there be telltale signs of say if you put the poison into maybe a bottle of wine, and then the person drinks the wine and then dies, would there be any telltale signs that they're being poisoned?
To someone who is skilled enough, perhaps.
Can I ask why we're talking about this? Doesn't.
Can I ask where we're talking about this?
Exactly.
Having this conversation in the common
Currently
at the breakfast table,
common room with a dead man's hand, I believe.
Yeah, in hushed whispers. It's not like shouting across the room.
Right.
You know how to make poison. No, I'm just thinking that the woman that's in charge of this settlement, she's holding the settlement back, and she's quite elderly, and maybe we should send her on her way. But if there's a chance, I don't think we could talk her around. I just don't think she's not going to see a reason, is she? But if we're not staying here, it doesn't really matter. I like trade, and I kind of like the dwarf and the dwarf's ideas. Apart from your brother, Syrian, upset him. So we'd have to mend bridges there if we wanted to get on
Speaking
side.
of which, where is my brother?
But the dwarf is dwarfist. I mean, it's not something. We're not. I would feel very uncomfortable, being involved in the internal politics. I mean, the mist is lifted. There's probably a lot of places that we can go explore. I mean, I just discovered this place. It's huge, twice the size of our village. We could explore more.
Well, perhaps what we could do, if you want to follow this line of thinking, Oscar, is we can make my product available to, what's the dwarf's name?
Yawim.
Good question. Can't remember.
Yawin?
Brewmaster Yawim.
And, you could potentially sell it to him as a possibility for... I don't think we should get involved, though, in the politics of this place, unless we're planning on setting up shop.
Well, that's it. If we're not thinking of staying here, it doesn't really matter. We can move on, can't we?
Can I remind you that the reason why we're here is because we were following the trail of bandits.
Yeah, there's still the bandits
who were harassing us and our town, and we followed them to here. And now we're talking about poisoning the democratically elected leader of this village. Doesn't that make us worse than the people we were traveling to find in the first place?
Is she democratically elected?
Yeah, that was going to be my question.
I think she's just from a family, isn't she? That's overseeing the settlement.
So
it could be that they take it in turn to, have their some sort of
So
in-
you know from talking to people
you know-
that her family has governed the settlement for generations.
Right. So, in all seriousness, like, I feel like the trail didn't lead here specifically. If I remember correctly, if you can see my pointer, the trail led to this area here at the ford that we crossed to enter the city. But, like, I don't know that we followed it after that. I would imagine the trail probably heads south. I don't think the bandits are stationed here in the city. But at that ford, I mean, I don't know if we didn't continue trying to track them, so we know we tracked the trail to there.
Yeah, I don't think you made any. There was no attempt made to pick up a trail after that.
No.
I mean, I think if we want to get involved in the politics here, poisoning somebody isn't something that we should do. I think, if anything, we can encourage them maybe to be in a narco-syndicate commune, where they could take in turns every week to act as sort of executive officer of the week, and then decisions can be ratified by a special biweekly meeting by the people.
I certainly don't want to
kill
get that
people
involved in their politics, even if we do plan to stick around.
No, I think it'd just be easier to poison her and take over. Kill her, let the dwarf think he's in charge, then kill the dwarf and take over his business.
Wow.
But no, the person I'm not worried about either of those two. It's the person I'm worried about is this Rush brother. Everyone's seems a little bit intimidated by him, and I don't know what he is apart from a priest of some type.
Well, if he's got
friends
and he has an order that is more
I don't really want to go and talk to him because he'll want to know where we've come from.
Well,
and he might send one of his friends to our settlement.
Only if we tell him.
That's what I mean. I don't fancy talking to him. I think that was the dwarf wanted us to sound him out.
But is there any indication that this is like I don't know anything about these Rust brothers. Is there any indication that they're a bad group?
We don't know anything about them.
So why not go have a chat?
We could do. I mean, surely the thing that I don't understand. Surely, if his people are taxing this settlement, he would want it to expand, and he would want the trade. So I don't understand why.
Seems like more of a reason to go talk to him.
Yeah, if we could get him on side, maybe he could have words with the old woman.
Yep. But I do currently have enough ingredients to craft a potion. So do you want me to do that so that we have it?
Probably
then
not.
We go talk to this guy? Or...
No, because if we go and talk to him and then we ask him, like, would he be willing for more trade for the settlement? It might look a bit dubious as she drops dead the following day.
Well, my point is, we would still have the potion usable in other situations.
Well, yeah, if you make it, we've got it, haven't we? Yeah. I'm halfway through making another bow. That's how I spent my evening. So,
well, I'll look into crafting that tonight. Do we want? We've already spent a quarter day on repairing Lonaim's bow. Should we go talk to the Rust brother?
As you point that out, and I reference the rules. Yes, you did repair it. You did a wonderful job, but you see, if there's still an additional modification here, it doesn't look like it's as good as it once was. And I do intend on, of course, returning it to the ranger when we're done with it. I mean, I wouldn't want to return it in less good shape than I had already, that I had taken it. So if you had more time and could actually continue your work on it, I'd appreciate it. And I'll have you know, because I know you like gathering herbs and stuff. Navia, she's the healer here and midwife. She taught me a whole bunch of stuff in addition to everything you've taught me, Ciaran. So I went out looking on the east side for more herbs for you and stuff. I didn't find any, but I could certainly, while you're repairing the bow, I can spend more time, looking for the right herbs if you would like.
That's fine. I can certainly continue working on your bow. In game terms, are you saying that I only repaired one of its modifiers? Is
Correct, yeah.
So it's per success, you repair it?
Yeah. How many bonus dice does the bow have?
It has 2, and there was 1 success.
Yeah, so it only restores.
So now,
was it damage down to 0?
Yeah, well, a 0 bonus die.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now it's interesting.
That thing up.
The mechanic is interesting because if you don't succeed on your roll and actually roll a 1, then it'll be permanently damaged to the fact that it'll only be a +1. It'll never get back to +2.
Could you push your roll? What you rolled before?
No, he has 2 whatever. It's not.
Yeah, if I push it, it's going to be destroyed.
He has 1 success, which is good enough.
I'll have to take another quarter to finish repairing it. Do we want to just do that for the day? Just relax after your encounter with the undead, which I'm interested in, and maybe you regale me with the story. We do another repair roll for the bow, and then I do a crafting roll for the potion, and then we sleep.
Well, no, what I was hoping, and again, I'm willing to sacrifice you repairing the bow even more for this if you want to do the crafting. I don't think that there's any rush to make poison. What I would have liked to do was I would spend 1 or 2 turns looking for herbs for you. But during that 3rd turn, I would want to go back to the gate stone before it gets dark and locate where I found the entrance and see if we can go exploring in there. That
I'd be into that too.
Yeah, ultimately more interesting than poisoning somebody.
So while you've been sat around for maybe a couple of hours while Ciaran's been fixing your bow,
working on the bow,
chatting about discussing what your plans are. You notice that there's a pack at the side of the bed in the far corner of the dormitory, and you can see somebody's head poking out from beneath the sheets, who appears to be regarding you all with interest.
Are we in the common room?
Yeah.
Do we recognize him from our village?
No.
So as soon as I notice him, I just turn and look at him and lock eyes and kind of quirk an eyebrow. Yes.
Hello.
And as you go, yes, I look at you and I see you looking at somebody else. Oh, I'm gonna go. Hello, I'm Lonaim. What's your name? Okay.
God, can you hear him?
I think he's a mute. Ciaran, I think he's one of those guys that can't talk. Maybe you have a potion for that.
So a human sort of pops up from beneath the sheets on the blankets on the bed, and he introduces himself as Garviel. Oh, is that right? Garviel. That is correct.
Garviel.
Surname Longshank.
Garviel.
You say he's human. Does he look like? Does he dress like one of the bandits that we had seen? The dead bandit that we saw. Is he dressed like that?
To be fair, we don't know if that was a bandit, but it's a good question.
Thank you.
Try the poison out on him.
I haven't made it yet. Calm down with wanting to poison everybody. Jeez, Oscar.
I'm evil.
I'm getting increasingly concerned about my traveling companion.
It's kind of weird because your character started off as a psychopath.
I know
It really is. Yeah. Yeah.
until I took him over.
Now you're the good
I haven't
guy.
said
and
anything, but yeah.
and I'm the psychopath.
I think
So-
honestly, I'm confusing this game with the One Ring.
So for story reasons, are we saying that, like, did my brother get run out of town by the dwarf? Did he head back to?
He's doing what he did in the Cthulhu game. He's upstairs in bed asleep.
Fair enough.
So we'll say that Theron's laying low for the moment. Yeah, he kind of made a
Theron's
bit of
laying
an
low.
enemy of
Gotcha.
the dwarf.
Okay.
He sent you a message, Phil. I don't know if you've seen it.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he can't make it. He's forgotten and he's at a friend's house.
Okay, yeah. So is visiting? Yeah, maybe it is socializing with other people in the village then.
Oh, okay. I was confused about the whole thing. I didn't know if he was like gone for good
Oh,
or
no.
that's all I was trying to figure out. Okay, cool. So,
So the guy, the human that's in the room with you, calling himself Gaviel, his clothes look quite road worn. He's obviously been travelling on the road quite a lot, and there is a sheathed longsword stashed just poking out from underneath the sheets.
A wizard.
It's kept close to hand. And there's a travel pack, there's some kind of cooking cauldron, and a few other bits and pieces.
so you're not from here as well.
No, I'm not, he says. No, I'm not.
Well, so you're from another place, not from our village. That just goes to show that my theory about there being more places that have been divided by the mists that are not now are just fine. If we don't like this place, we can go back to it. Tell us about where you're from. What is your village like? What, you people speak quietly?
So he says he's travelled for a long time. He doesn't for so long and to so many different places that he can't remember. He doesn't recall his home
Interesting.
village.
Oh, wow. So where he's from, he hasn't been affected by the mist.
Well, keep in mind, Lanaim, our village only recently was released from the grips of the mist.
Correct. Oh, others may have been from a long time ago. Okay.
For years.
So it seems
apparently.
unlikely that he wouldn't unless his mind is idle. It seemed unlikely, no matter how far he's been travelling, that he wouldn't remember where he came from.
Right.
All right, then. Keep your secrets. Look, I'm looking at my companions. I'm just going to somewhat ignore the human, although I'm not going to talk about my potions anymore. So what do we want to do? Like, clearly, Lanaim, your bow still needs some repair. Oscar, I know you have interests here, but
Well, when you've done,
we're being pulled in several directions. Like,
yeah,
Well, I'd love to go explore the grave up there. I mean, well, we can. So, but I'm also
interested in that.
and I'd rather do that in the daytime than at nighttime.
Well, yeah.
Not that much.
Well, I'll be honest, that won't much matter in my experience, but perhaps it is still
it
prudent.
makes me feel better.
Well, no. The issue is that at night we have the Walking Dead roaming.
They're probably asleep, aren't they, during the day? Oh,
I would think so.
That's why we need to go in the daytime.
Interesting thoughts. I'll leave it at that.
So you're going to mend the bow.
I'm basically acting like I know way more about the undead than you guys do, and I really don't. I'm just acting like a sage here.
Well, so we should explain to Ian's character that the at night the dead walk the village in the form of spirits and zombies, and yeah, they refer to them as restless dead, and there's a kind of
But it's not
ritual
like the village is under
that the
siege,
villagers
is it?
enact. Outside the
No,
door of every
they don't
building is a small
interfere
copper
with
bell.
people
Okay.
if they
When
respect them.
people leave, go outside at night time, they ring the bell and say the phrase that I can't remember exactly. I walk, something along the lines of I come and walk at peace with the
I
dead.
come in peace and amity in this, the hour of the dead.
There it is.
That's a point. If we kill the old woman, she might come back and dob us in.
True.
They're not. The place isn't
let's-
swarming with them. I think you've only actually seen one or two.
4. One that
until-
came into the pub for a drink, and then there was 3 in combat. Or
Yeah.
1 in combat and 2 were coming, but we ran off. Or they ran
So
off.
you yourself, you've probably only seen. You'll be aware of this, but you've probably only seen one or two, if any at all.
Well,
No.
I'm with Lunaim. Why
You're
don't we go
told-
check
you're
this
told
place
that
out during the
to
day?
do this, if so long as you perform this ritual every time you go outside at night, then they'll leave you alone. And to ignore them, don't engage with them.
Question for you, Phil.
Yes.
If you unplugged your headphones, would your speakers on your PC work? And
If I was
like I've got a microphone in my camera, so if
Right.
If I unplug my headphones, yeah, the microphone on my camera will pick it up, and it'll come out of my speakers on my monitor, which would then feed back through the camera.
Yeah, we really don't need a feedback loop.
No. Why am I really quiet?
No, just so Ian, you can hear Ian.
Oh right, I see. Well, it's only a temporary problem. We did the thing is the laptop's got a built-in webcam and microphone, but when they plug the headset in, for some reason, it cuts off the microphone on the built-in microphone. If he unplugs the headset, then the microphone works, but of course you get that massive.
Oh, the headset doesn't have a mic?
It does, but but for some reason the headset socket on the laptop isn't registering it. It's only working. It's only the like earphones that's working. The mic isn't working for some reason. I tried it with 2 different headsets.
It's Garville.
Well, I had to physically change my settings.
Yeah.
Before I could talk in VOD Ninja. So I don't know that, but
yeah, we looked at it. I think the next
Okay,
logical thing would just be to see if it would have worked in like Discord instead for some reason, and process of elimination.
Its character is the strong silent type.
That's fine for today. We'll figure it out.
I like to say you can always type into the old-fashioned way of typing into chat.
Oh, that's what that was. I thought you were implying we could do sign language, and I don't understand that. So,
are we mending the bow then, and then going to the graveyard?
Well, I think we should go to the graveyard now. I mean,
Right.
we've already spent a quarter of the day getting 1 bonus die back to the bow.
You could
If we
borrow
spend another quarter of the day working on the bow, then it's going to be dark.
Yeah, we can
when we
borrow Theron's bow. He's got a short bow. He bought one.
We could, if anybody want. I have no intention of going into his personal effects, but if you all want to and deal with him when he comes out of whatever funk he's in, that's up to you.
Well, to be honest,
I'm sure Lo will look after it, like he looks after the Ranger's bow.
He's good.
Just don't inscribe your name on it. How about that?
No, I won't inscribe my name on that one.
Okay. All right. And then, so while we're talking about this, I look over at the human and I kind of nod at the longsword that I can see peeking out from his effects, and I'm like, "You know how to use that?"
Yes, I do.
Would you be interested in doing a little delving with us this afternoon?
We can pay you.
Who said that?
Me. We could.
Is that a ghost? I don't think you should listen to ghosts.
By we, he means he.
Yeah, it's your
but that's
call,
okay.
Oscar. I don't have money to pay anybody.
We've got the tab on this inn, so we could pay for his stay at the inn in the communal. We have private rooms that you can stay in the communal room. That's quite a good deal, is it not?
Yes, he'd be interested in that.
It's I don't know what it costs. A couple of coppers to stay in the.
Right.
To stay in the. Let me just have a look.
I had been keeping track of how much money we've spent, but I seem to have lost the piece of paper.
So it's a bed in the dormitory costs 2 copper coins.
Bed we'll cover
in the private room costs 5 copper per person, and they are double rooms.
Yeah.
Are we going to have a problem with the people in the village going to look at this?
We may do. Don't know.
You know what? It seemed like last time I went up there, like at night, nobody bothered us. So that was nighttime. But
nobody saw you.
I did come down from there, and I kind of, spoke to the midwife. I went into the cemetery. Nobody seemed to care.
Well, we'll find out when we go. If people stop us, we'll stop us, won't we?
Yeah.
Well, shall we then?
Yeah, maybe we don't go as a group. Maybe, like 2 of us go up and then another couple go. Like we don't have to seem like we're, a whole party going up. We can. But yeah, let's.
That's fine. Yeah, I have no problem approaching separately from everyone.
So on the
I
actual
don't think we
map,
should go in individually.
Where is the entrance on the map then?
Oh, I'll show you. It's where it says Gate Stone up there. I'm assuming that's somewhere there.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I'm thinking it's back towards the cemetery, so it goes actually into the mountain.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Oh, right.
This was a battlefield once, did I tell you?
So, yeah, are we going individually then, or?
I think pairs, like walking around talking.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll walk with Oscar to make sure he doesn't dispatch anybody in town. And
so we'll meet at the pillars at the top then, yeah?
Yes, that
sounds good.
So is Lowe and Garviel going first, and then we'll follow.
Okay, so
that's
Lord
fine.
Garviel and then Oscar and Siren, yeah. Okay.
So what do your friends call you? They call you Gar? They call you Gar for short? Do you call you Gaga, lady, something? What?
Just Gaviel.
All right, yes.
Lady Gaviel.
Okay. So are you trying to approach it, taking a roundabout route, a direct route? Are you trying to do it?
I'm going to go up
or just blazingly
direct
walking
route.
up there?
I'm lazily walking up the direct route, paying attention for any like Rust Brother looking type people that might be, looking our way. Like, as if I'm looking around town and, oh yeah, sure, Garviel, this is great exercise. You walk up this way, you go down to the midwife, get all your birthing needs done. It's really great.
It looks pleasant, he says.
Yes, it's quite well. I mean, other than the craggy, rocks and outcropping and stuff, it's perfectly pleasant.
So is that a separate path from inside the graveyard going up as well?
It is, yeah.
Now the graveyard is still separated by kind of a rise. Like there's a little bit of a rise where
but there's a way into it, right?
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to go that way. I'm not just going to be bold and go straight up the path right next to the elder's house. I think we should probably go into the graveyard and then kind of up the back path.
Yeah, and I tell you, her name is Navia. If you do meet her, she's very.
I have no interest in meeting the midwife.
She got herbs.
She's also a healer. She knows the local herbs around the area. Yeah, I told her all about you.
What she might. Well, hopefully you didn't tell her everything about me, because I don't know how well her type and mine are going to get on.
So we're taking two separate routes then, are we? One group going up the left-hand path, one up the right-hand path. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So approaching the right-hand path through the old cemetery, it draws a bit of attention to yourselves. A few people stop and watch you as you walk towards the old graveyard, and they you can see them turning and exchanging words with each other. But nobody makes nobody says anything directly to you or makes any attempt to stop you.
I'm definitely angling more for the midwife's house.
Okay.
I'm not going into the cemetery proper.
Okay.
Because I do remember that the elder or someone told us that the graveyard is just not the place to go.
We can cut in between the
on top
gamekeeper's
of that,
cabin.
it's heavily overgrown, so it's really sort of
Okay.
difficult to get through to
Man, they haven't even kept it up. It's just chaos in there. Gotcha.
It's just almost completely overgrown with undergrowth, particularly brambles and more of these rose bushes. The same rose bushes that grow all over the exterior
along the wall. Yeah.
But the new people that die, or current people that die, get buried in the new graveyard, don't they?
Yeah, out by the tree in the shack out there.
Did they tell us the reason? Was it because there's no room in the old graveyard, or was it
It's
out
because
of
the old
respect?
graveyard is taboo?
Yeah.
Right.
Nobody knows, or at least nobody gave a reason for it. Just
talking
being
about it.
Taboo.
So that leads me to think if we bump off the old woman, she won't come back.
Okay.
Are you just idly talking about this out loud? I imagine you're just constantly talking about bumping people off.
To you, not to anybody else. I'm going to befriend her and then bump her off.
Okay, so you two head up that side. Like I say, it doesn't seem to. Once you head towards midwife's, clearly heading towards midwife's cottage, people don't really pay too much heed. Meanwhile, Lo and Garviel, you head up the main path.
Oh, I'll deal with them.
You're just heading up starting to head up the slope when you notice a teenage boy emerge from around the side of one of the cottages, and sort of really badly tries to move stealthily from spot to spot, following you.
I'd like to look at him, and
as you turn around, you kind of look at him as he's in mid stride between two hiding spots, and he just kind of freezes.
Yeah. You see, that's not you're good, but you could be better. And I'm going to show him some ways to really be sneaky and say, if you want to sneak up on somebody, this is how you try to do it. What's your name, by the way, and where are you going today? Don't you have school?
Okay, so this guy is, like I say, looks mid to late teens. It's a bit hard to tell. He's just really dirty. He's got cut off tights and this tunic that's just caked with mud. That's not recent. It looks caked really grounded dirt mud. His hair's all straggled, all different just wild straggles and different lengths, and he's just got this really wide-eyed, manic-looking stare.
What's your name?
So he doesn't say anything. He just starts walking towards you, the pair of you.
And he okay, clearly a child. I say, we're gonna go see if we can pray to Rust and Jaime. See if they. I understand they're big deals around here, and up there is where you go pray to them. So we thought we might give it a try and see what it's like. Why are you walking like that? Where are you going?
So again, he doesn't say a word. Just keeps walking towards you and starts reaching into one of the pockets on his tunic.
And I'm gonna, point over to, big human over there. This is my friend Gar. He's big. What is it exactly you think you're doing there, young lad?
And he keeps coming. He's just within just like just a couple of paces away from you now, and you can see he's pulling some kind of bundle out of his pocket, wrapped in this dirty bit of rag.
What do you got there? Does it look like he's pulling out like
so
a dead
Gavial
rat or a dead mouse or
draws his sword and
something?
holds it out in front of it like in a
Oh,
threatening manner.
okay. Just take it's a kid in rags. Don't nothing to be alarmed of, I'm sure. Maybe he just, like you, talks very quietly, and I'm gonna say a little bit louder. What's your name, little boy? And who probably towers over me.
He's literally just like a step away from you now, and he just thrusts this like filthy bundle of rags towards you, like trying to push it into your hands and just like push it against your chest.
Well, I'll take a step back and I'll look at what he's pushing towards me.
So you can see what looks like a black feather poking out from this bundle.
Oh no! Did your raven pass away? You might want to take the raven to Navia. She'll be able to heal him up. I'm afraid there's nothing I can do for the ravens.
Right, he steps forward again, pushes this bundle, tries to forcefully give you this bundle.
Who's it from, by the way? Why are you giving this to me?
He's sort of opens his mouth and there's this kind of rasping noise comes from his throat, and you can see his tongue's missing.
Lovely.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
It doesn't look like it's been cut out. It doesn't look like it's been cut out. It's just not there.
Like a birth defect?
Possibly.
All right. I'll grab onto the bundle.
Just sort of wrapped in this sort of scrap of rag, dirty rag.
Okay. I'll take the bundle of rags. I'll put it down by my feet, and I'll say, "Okay, let's see what we have here. Maybe we can help you." And in the presence of the child, I'll open it up.
Okay. Right. When you take it off, he smiles and sort of makes this kind of gurgling, rasping noise and trots off. Unwrapping it, you find the desiccated and almost skeletal remains of a dead crow. It's been bundled up so tightly as to break. It's wrapped up and bundled up so tightly that it's like bones have been snapped. Bones have been snapped and bent double and almost squashed into a ball itself.
Well, Garfield, do you have any idea what this means? I mean, I'm not putting that thing in my pocket, that's for sure. But maybe. And I'm assuming this is, where were we given this? Was this on this way up, or was it in town?
Just at the bottom of the slope.
Okay.
So just about there, if you can see my pointer.
Yes, I do. Okay. So I'm going to continue up with the bundle, but it is my intention.
So Gavial says he thinks we should take it with you.
All right, Gavial, I agree with you. I'm going to take it up, but I think I'll secret it away somewhere like on top of the mountain for us. I don't think I'm going to take it unless you want to take it. Then please go ahead, and I'll pass Garviel the bundle.
You do have a friend
Gavial
who knows a lot about corpses. Just saying.
Okay, so we'll when I meet you up, yes, I can.
Okay.
You can maybe give me an idea of what that means.
So you
for
take
sure.
the bundle and head up the slope and join your companions up at the top.
Okay.
at the top of the site of this old temple, which I believe so you already know it's an old temple that's dedicated to the worm.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. So I'll Sharon, some street urchin with malformed tongue. He wasn't able to talk. Insisted that I take this after he unsuccessfully tried to maybe sneak up on us. I think maybe he wanted to maybe put it in my pocket for. I mean, maybe it's like a rabbit's foot. Maybe it's like a lucky charm. I don't know.
Are there signs in the temple grounds of other birds having been left? Maybe an offering of some kind?
No. It's
Okay.
if anything, it's unusually quiet regards wildlife up here.
I'm going to go ahead and attempt a lore roll to see if I can kind of suss out what the deal with the dead raven is.
Okay.
If that's all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa! Look at that.
So whether this applies to this in particular, but you've heard or read about people keeping talismans of dead creatures to ward off evil spirits.
Mm.
Sometimes.
Yeah, but like a talisman, not a whole creature. I'll.
Sometimes people, you've heard sometimes people of bricking up, embedding birds and things like cats inside the walls of newly built houses or bridges.
Sure. I will use my knife and I will cut off 4 of the talons, one for each of us.
Okay.
And give everybody a talon to hang on to as a possible ward. If it works, great. If we're just carrying a bit of a talon, then no big deal.
Okay.
And I will then tell you what, I'll do whatever meager offering I can make to the worm as I leave the rest of the bird as kind of an offering myself.
Yeah, so you probably people don't very often directly worship the
Sure.
worm as such. But yeah, offerings of animals aren't uncommon.
Yeah, definitely more of an offering. Like, I'm not offering to worship the worm. Like,
Yeah.
I don't worship anything. But, like, I'll leave an offering out of respect for the temple and for the being that supposedly it belongs to. And in earnest, like, I know I don't worship anything, but, like, I know powers exist. So, like, leaving this for worm is intentional and it's meaningful. Yeah.
Okay, so after you've not been up here long, perhaps not long, pretty much straight away after you put this offering down, you're all sort of conscious of this ominous atmosphere that just hangs over the entire place, that sets your hackles on the back of your neck.
Are we going to let that stop us?
Yeah, I don't think we're being. I don't think it's going to discourage us from moving forward.
You wanted to come up here, Lonaim. No. You lead the way.
This specifically, no.
Yeah. I'll show him specifically where that entrance was. Is it evident to me because I've seen it from yesterday?
Yeah. You can easily. You know where it is. You easily find it, even though it's not immediately obvious to everybody else. But yeah, you
Right. So
able to
I'll
walk
go
straight
ahead and
over
show
to
it off.
So
You see,
there's this large stone, almost completely obscured by brambles and rose bushes and other overgrowth. This large stone that's recessed into the greenery of this the side of this hillock. And like I say, upon closer inspection, you can see the rock is hewn into the likeness of a gate.
right. Um, okay, so I'll try to see if there's any way in order to manipulate it to open the gate, like the stone, which is in the likeness of the gate.
Okay.
And are we talking like large? Or are we talking like like could you fit a car
It's
inside
probably
the?
about the same, almost as big as you.
Okay, all right. So it's
So while
yeah.
you're looking for mechanisms, I'm going to look for inscriptions.
okay.
Okay. Right. So is anybody else doing anything, by the way?
Waiting for somebody to open gate. Open door, should I say? Not a gate.
Okay. Right. So there's no apparent mechanism. It's clear there's no apparent mechanisms for opening it. There's no inscriptions of anything like that around on or around it. It seems to be just just a seal, like a stone seal, just a
Well,
literal rock.
does it look the same as it looked yesterday, like when the full moon was shining, or did it appear like there were other features of the gate?
Nothing different about it.
So can I use a sleight of hand to try to see around if there's any, any way to manipulate it? Maybe there's a catch or a button or something.
There's definitely nothing like that. It looks just literally like a huge stone ceiling.
All right, then I will use brute might and try to open it.
Yeah.
How about a large human? I'll use that to open it.
Oh yes, I'll use a large human to open it instead of me.
Okay.
Garfield, you want to see that? You're much stronger than me. Take a look, see if you can move that stone. It's not that big. It's smaller than me, but heavier than me.
You can. So yeah, you can make a might roll. It's quite, like I said, the stone is pretty big. There's enough room for three people to get around it if you wish.
Yeah, I'll give a hand.
Two assists, then yeah.
Yeah.
So he gets +2 on his.
So on your character sheet, you can click on might, I believe. Just click on might. Is that correct? Yeah. So on there, see it on your strength. And left click on might, and that should open up a window. And you got bonus. You got where is it? Modifier. So you can put 2 in there. And then click on roll, and it should do it. There we go. Okay. Right. So
Push it.
Push it. I mean the rock, not the roll.
So
push the rock.
So who's actually helping, by the way?
I am.
I was
right.
So
the 3 of you heave at this boulder, this rock, and at first it doesn't look like it's going to shift. And then it seems to reach a tipping point, and the whole thing just tilts and starts to roll. And as you try and keep hold of it, but it slips. The weight of it gets away from you, and it rolls and falls heavily to one side. And
well, hang on. Could the one person who wasn't helping try to go in and catch it so that it doesn't?
No.
Yeah, that's the giant stone.
Exactly. Well, it's not. It's smaller than me. Remember, it's just the
covering.
And Lo, you managed to jump out of the way, but
and that's where Oscar died.
maybe not quite quick enough. Let's see. Oh, right. So yeah, he manages to jump out of the way just before this huge boulder just misses his foot by just mere inches.
Does that make a lot of noise? I presume
It does make a
quite...
lot of noise. Yeah, it crashes to the ground, hitting the stone, the like rock of the floor, and it almost echoes around this kind of natural sort of amphitheater of this platform where the stone circle is.
Yeah, we're
Garfield,
gonna get
what
run
are you
out of
trying
town
to
for
do?
this.
Wake the dead?
Well, let's get in there before they can run us out.
Right.
I'm afraid they'll lock us in.
Well,
So
we can push it. We'll be
where
fine.
the stone was, there is a dark tunnel leading steeply
Well,
down.
as you may remember, uh, I did, when I did speak, I think to the who was it? Is it Elron? No, it wasn't Elron. The person who is in charge of the dead man's hand.
Oh God.
Yawen.
No, Yawen is the
Dead
brewmaster
Man's
of the
Hand
Three Skulls.
is
Oh, Dead
Olm.
Man's Hand.
Olm.
That's right. Olb.
Old. I did mention that I found the rooms a little dark, and I wanted him to bring an extra light source if possible.
You did.
Yes, so I will have had one of those. I think that I brought up, knowing that we'd be in a dark cave, like so with a little
Nobody have
lantern of
torches?
oil or whatever it was.
Nobody
Is
has
that
torches.
reasonable?
Right, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Nobody's
All
got
right.
any torches, have they?
I don't have any. No.
No. Nobody.
Is
has
there any scrub up here we can make a torch out of?
You could possibly craft a torch. Yeah. Why not? If you wanted to, or you could just go with the kind of little oil lamp that Lowe's got. It's like I say, it's not a lantern. It's just kind of just like a little oil
Yeah.
lamp. Provides
Yeah.
enough room, enough light to read by.
I love how prepared we are. We know we're
Yeah.
probably going into like a tunnel. Okay.
Well, maybe there's like torch sconces or something inside we can light with the torch or the lamp. We'll see.
I need my sport billy bag as a talent.
Okay, so first of all, looking at the entrance, does it look like has been any movement at all in here? Like, are there, like we know that the dead wander around at night. Does it look like anything's been wandering around here?
No, the place is. You can see there's like a thick covering of dust and dirt covering the floor.
Okay,
Hasn't
looks
been
like nobody's
clearly hasn't
here
been
for a while.
disturbed for centuries.
All right, let's. I'll head in.
Lead the way, light bearer.
Yep.
Okay, so
I'm
you can
going to
literally
say
just
the.
see a few feet in front of you with this little oil lamp. People behind
I'm
you.
gonna say the town saying before we enter.
Yeah.
The thing that they all say when they leave at night. I'm gonna say.
Oh,
before
I
we
come in peace and amity in the hour of the dead.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Okay, so the few.
Instead, I'll say this: the home of the dead.
Oh, okay.
So whoever's directly behind Low, you can just about see. Anybody further back, all they can see is they can't see anything around. They can maybe just see the hands and can see the glow, just the silhouette of the person in front of them, and the glow from the oil lamp. But beyond that, you can't. Once you descend more than a few feet,
right,
you can't see anything. Looking back, you can
I think
see
Garviel should probably
outside.
be behind Low. Personally, and then I'll be behind Garviel, and then Oscar, unless you want to do it differently.
Yeah, I'll bring rear up.
Okay.
Okay, so we talk. So Low, Garviel, Thiron, and then Oscar. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll be watching for villagers coming up behind us.
Right. Yeah. Keep an eye on our back.
Okay. So this mainly earth tunnel quickly gives way to a dark corridor that's clearly been excavated into the rock of the side of the hillock, and the ceiling of the corridor is supported by stone columns adorned with reliefs depicting skulls and demonic faces.
I don't necessarily. I wouldn't be the right one to recognize the iconography for it, but I'm as I point these things out to Ciaran. Maybe hand him the lantern if he wants to inspect it a little bit closer.
I mean, yeah, I can take a look. Do I see anything distinguishing? Should I make a lore roll?
Yeah, that's what I was hinting at, but exactly.
There's nothing. It just kind of look just kind of generic, kind of adornment.
Okay,
There's nothing,
yeah, just
there's
like
nothing.
it doesn't appear to be like
the
a
same
history
sculpture is
or
repeated.
anything
There's
like
no
that.
there's no differentiation.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, do you want to carry on?
Yeah, I'll continue going in for sure.
Okay.
Have we not seen any kind of torch sconces or anything like that? Okay.
Sorry?
The dead don't need light.
There's no.
But the people who built this place would have.
There's no like empty brackets that indicate, such a torch brackets to indicate anything was ever.
Right.
Nothing at all. And Oscar, the last of the, you can just see the last sort of bit of the light from above, just almost, it's almost completely gone now. Almost completely lost sight of the light from outside. You want to press on?
Yeah, I'm going to move forward.
Okay. Okay, right. You go maybe a couple, 2-3 meters, and it's the tunnel starts to level out a little bit. It's not the decline, the descent isn't quite steep, and then you have to like strain your eyes a little bit because you're not sure, but then you can definitely see a green light flickering ahead of you. You can see like shadows dancing along this corridor, and there's a green light.
Do I sense magic ahead?
Sorry?
Do I sense any magic ahead?
Possibly. There's something. There's certainly some like an aura to the place.
Right. I tell No Name and everyone else to be careful. I sense magic.
Oh.
Right, then you can hear something. You hear soft but clear sound of a woman sobbing and whimpering.
Maybe that was Napola. I'll move forward, but quietly. I want to see, do I hear the sobbing more loudly as I approach?
As you edge closer, it gets progressively louder. Yeah, it's not loud, but yeah, you can hear it clearer. So it's probably better.
Right.
Okay.
Pardon me.
Going to keep going?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, right. The corridor ends at the edge of a circular chamber. Clearly, you can see the full extent of the chamber as it's lit by this green flickering light. The chamber's probably about 6 meters across, and standing sarcophagi hewn from out of the rock are placed in 3 alcoves. Sarcophagus opposite the entrance of the chamber is adorned with reliefs, and the ones to the right and left are smooth. The left one is considerably smaller than the others, most likely belongs to that of a deceased child or possibly a halfling. In the middle of the chamber is a brazier in which burns a green fire.
Green flame!
At the base of the smaller sarcophagus, on the dusty stone floor, sits a woman dressed in a dress of blue and black. Her figure is semi-transparent and flickers slightly in the green glow from the brazier. She sobs and murmurs softly in an incomprehensible language.
Oh, great.
Napola, is that you? Why are you crying?
Right, it doesn't appear to. There's no response to your voice.
Sierra, I'm out of my element here. This looks all magical and stuff.
Right, let's crack open these coffins. Come on.
Well, no, I mean, there's somebody clearly in distress here.
Maybe she wants to get to her husband or something that's inside that coffin. Or the
Is
child.
she not reacting to our presence at all?
At the moment, no.
Did you say, is she crouched down?
Yeah, she's sort of
Like
knelt,
slumped
sort of
and
sat
sobbing.
at in front of the smaller coffins, the smaller sack.
Oh, the small coffin, so
Yeah.
the child's coffin.
So we don't touch that one. Oscar, if you open a sarcophagus, I think we're gonna have problems. Just be aware.
Yeah.
Is there anything in the brazier that is burning?
There looks to be some coals, but there's no sign of heat or anything from. There's no sign, so no like glowing embers or anything like that.
Is there any other way out of this chamber apart from any other
exits?
Any other exits out of the chamber apart from the one we came in?
What Gabriel is gonna approach one of them?
Yeah.
Which one? You're going to approach the small one.
I like him already.
Okay. So Gaviel, sorry.
Gaviel.
He starts walking towards the small sarcophagus where this ghostly presence is sat.
Careful, Garviel.
Right. Okay, so as he approaches, she suddenly turns and looks up, and you see like pale, sort of marble white face streaked with tears. Says, my son, have you come to avenge my son?
What happened to your son? Well, maybe Garviel will ask that, not me, because he's there.
Says, we were betrayed. The evil sorcerer Zygotha, he betrayed us.
When was this?
I don't know. I don't remember. He betrayed us. We were buried here alive. My son.
Buried alive? That's disconcerting.
My son, my husband.
Did you say there was 3 coffins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who your son rests in the small coffin. Who rests in the other 2?
Probably her and her husband.
So she indicates that one, the one with the carved reliefs is that of her husband, and the one to the other side of it is her own.
Who is your husband?
Yeah, so your husband.
My husband was Count Nepola. I am Countess Ursula.
Oh.
You must avenge us.
Okay.
Yeah. You must avenge us. Avenge the death of my son.
How can we do that for you?
We must seek out Zygotha. Bring justice to him.
My lady, it appears that you've been buried here for a very long time. And in all likelihood, this evil sorcerer is probably already dead.
Where would he be? Where would we find him if he still lives?
So she just laughs. She says there. that demon spawn, he will live yet. He was not. The grave will not have taken him.
Okay. Can I start walking around the chamber, examining the walls?
Yeah, you can.
I don't know, looking for secret passages or something.
Sure.
The only other thing is to open the coffins, but she probably won't want us to do that.
Right. Even if we pledge to avenge your son, this is not anything that would happen anytime soon, I would think. If you've no idea where this person is.
Did this evil person, was he responsible for burying you here alive?
He entombed
Yeah,
us.
that's what she said.
He betrayed our trust and entombed us.
So, I mean,
How did he betray you? Like what trust? What was he to you before he betrayed you?
He sought my husband's aid in a battle to in return to spare our son's life, but we were betrayed.
maybe if he buried them alive in here, maybe
So
he's,
yeah, when
maybe he's
sorry,
in
go
the
ahead.
grave. Maybe he's in the graveyard.
No, I think all three of them are here.
No, I mean the bad guy, the sorcerer. Maybe he's in the cemetery outside.
Zygopher
Mm.
resides in the capital, far to the west, the capital of Alderstone.
Okay.
Alderstone. Lady, I'm sorry. We know not where that is. The lands have been cut off from one another for centuries. If this battle is the one that the people in town speak of, how long ago did this battle occur, Lonaim? You're the one who had the information about it. Was this before the mists?
I'm reading the notes. I'm assuming it was the same time of the old graveyard, meaning when all of those people were killed. The ones that roamed the night that seemed to come for us seemed very military-like and soldier-like. So
Sure.
I don't know that we know exactly how old the graves are, but I'm pretty sure it's from way back then.
Yeah. So before long before the mist.
My lady, it's been centuries, perhaps longer. If this sorcerer yet lives, I'm not too humble to tell you, I doubt the four of us here would be able to stand against such a power.
But, but we will do all we can to bring this criminal to justice. And I'll look at everybody else and get everybody to nod.
Oh, yeah, yes, of course.
I was going to say, my friend, without some assistance.
That's what I'm going to add. Do you have anything that may aid us in doing this?
She seems.
Can you help
seems
us
to
in
like
any way?
sort of look off into the distance, almost like she's listening to something you can't hear, and then she turns to you and said, "Seek out Rustbite."
Oh,
The sword of King
Rustbite?
Algarad in Weatherstone.
have we heard of Weatherstone?
No.
Well, wait. What about Garviel? Have you heard of Weatherstone?
Oh,
He's
yeah,
tried
good
to
Can
point.
make a
block.
law roll, I suppose, Garviel.
Do it.
Just click on law, I believe. Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, even
Does
if you don't have any
does it
points in
against
it.
your stat.
Yep.
No.
Be wits.
Oh, wow. Okay, got a success. So Gabriel, I'll get that name right eventually. So yeah, you have heard of Weatherstone. It was, you believe it's a pre-mist fortress. Um, and in fact, you heard, you think you've heard of the names Zygotha and Algarad associated with this place as well. That they're tied to legends. You've heard of this place, and something, it being located in an area called the Howling Hills. No. Okay, so Gaviel relays this information to you, but he doesn't. He says he doesn't know where this place is. Everybody still there?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm writing
Yeah.
some stuff down.
Is there
So
anything?
we've got a couple of points here. Weatherstone, right, is
Yeah.
where Zygother is. How do you spell that?
Yes, so let me put it into chat. So you got, she mentioned city of Alderstone, fortress of Weatherstone, Algarad, King Algarad, and sorcerer Zygotha.
And where was Rustbite?
At
Was that
Alderstone.
Weatherstone.
Weatherstone.
Oh, I thought. Okay, so Zygother is at Alderstone then?
Yeah. So so that was. She said that was a capital, like the ancient capital.
So the bad guy's there, and Rustbite is at the other place.
But Gaviel, from at least how accurate his information is, he tells you that he has heard stories of the fortress of the Weatherstone Fortress, and that both King Algarad and the sorcerer Zygotha are linked or mentioned in association with this place.
Well, there's clearly a history to be discovered. Now, you mentioned that there's no other rooms or anything else or doors. This is just
No. So yeah. So Oscar, you confirm there's nothing else here. There's nowhere else. Just this one chamber.
Well, I think because we're on really good terms with her now, I think
I know where this is going.
I think we should do some grave robbing. What does everybody else think? How big are these? Are they? I presume the human size. Did you say there's sarcophagus?
Yeah.
So are they vertical or are they horizontal?
So they're stood vertical in like these alcoves.
Oh, they'd be easy to undo. Take the lids off then if they just prise them open. What do you think? Maybe a husband's.
All right. I have a curious nature, and this is the game for it. If we're gonna try it, do not try this in the One Ring. But
what is she doing now? Is she just looking off, sobbing?
She's kind of looking expectantly at you all. Like I say, she's just constantly like tears streaming down her face, like it's sobbing.
So we're doing this in whispered voices.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it so she hears. What about? Well, maybe we should ask her. We could ask her, or should we just do it?
I think you should ask permission before doing it, but that's me. I wanted to make sure of one thing, because I'm getting my notes together for a journal. So, Garviel's lore said that King Algarad and Zygopher are both mentioned in association with Weatherstone as well. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And his information is probably more recent.
So, I'm going to, I'm going to ask her, lady. We wish to open up your husband's coffin. Is there a response?
She screams. You're nothing but tomb raid. You wish to desecrate my husband's tomb.
No. We wish that is not what we wish.
Face transforms into stretches into this
Too late.
tortured scream, and she hurtles towards you and stops mere inches from your face, just screaming into your face.
Is that damage to anything?
It isn't at the moment, no.
No. You misunderstand. We look for another exit from this chamber. We mean no disrespect, and we will try and bring justice to the criminal that entombed you here. And can I try and persuade her? Manipulate?
Her face sort of relaxes and she becomes calm again, and her face she returns to a normal aspect.
Right, let's crank this baby open.
Is there anything we could do right now to help you move on, my lady?
Revenge.
She shakes her head. She says, "I seek only revenge. Only then may we truly be laid to rest."
I give you my word that we will attempt to enact revenge upon this Zygopher, though we know not who or what he is or where he is. I pledge my life to it.
Yeah, I
swear
that
to release you.
She says, "I shall await your return."
I swear on the lives of my companions that we will indeed bring justice.
I shall await your return.
And then I'll put my little fingers and run it up and down the coffin lid.
Right, she intervenes. She sort of glides and steps into this to intervene. Stand between you and the sarcophagus.
Oh, I thought you were going to let us.
What of the people in the town below? Is there nothing we can do to help release all of the restless spirits from this town?
She says she knows nothing of the town. She says all that exists below this place is a mass burial ground, the remains of a great battle that took place.
Right. Do you not know that all of those spirits walk nightly? Are they tied to you? Do you even know?
She seems to be oblivious about it.
Do you care?
That was a good question.
She says, "I care for my son and my husband."
Where are their spirits?
They are trapped here with me. Only with the demise of the sorcerer, may we be set free.
Is your husband able to talk like you?
No, it is my
Maybe-
curse
Why not?
that I sit
Maybe-
here, guardian of their tombs.
Maybe we need to wake him up for you.
Well, I think we're gonna have enough problems outside when we get out of here. So
Yeah,
I'm not tempting
I don't fancy
the spirit.
fighting
I don't
with
know.
an undead witch.
Even if we could help her rest, I don't know that it would do anything for us.
I mean, we could look in her coffin. She's not using it. What does our new friend think?
Gabriel.
Is he feeling brave? I'll give you some extra copper if you open it.
Okay.
So what are we doing?
Yeah, what did he say about when he's approached to go grave rob?
So Gabriel, approaches.
I'm backing out.
Well, he's already stood by a sarcophagus. So he approaches it and tries to. Are you going to try and open it? Yeah. So he grasps hold of it, trying to lever it open, and she just instantly flies into a rage.
Does she do anything though? Does she attack him?
She does, yes.
Oh dear.
Oh well.
So that will be a combat situation, but she gets to draw. She gets two draws and picks a better.
Sure.
You keep her occupied while I open up this.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not so keen on. I think appeasement would be good at this point, if at all possible. That would be my preference.
Okay. Okay, there we go. Right, so okay. Right, so go. Let's see. Where are we? Oops, that's the wrong one. That's why it's not working. Ready. So you should be able to see like a carousel line of cars at the top. So, and there is a big red 20-sided dice, and if you click on that, it will roll for you. And the lower the better.
Initiative.
She gets to roll twice.
Where's the big 20-sided dice?
On
Carousel.
mouse
You
over
said.
your character.
Yeah.
You should
Okay.
have a die in the upper right hand corner. Oh, look at her.
So has that put me in an order then? Yeah, 3.
Yeah, there she goes. She takes, so she gets 2 rolls and takes a better. Okay. So.
Did Garviel roll? Let's see at the end. That's great.
Yeah, at last. So first, the first to act is low.
I can't believe we're doing this.
I think I'm going to try to be more appeasing than anything else, and I'm going to go. No, Garviel, there's no reason for us to be doing this. And I'll say this very specifically. Remember, we come in peace and amity in this, the hour of the dead, and let's leave it, So basically, I'm going to be using my action to shove him away from the encounter.
She's attacking us.
Yes.
I believe you can make a manipulation. That'll be a slow action, I believe.
All right.
Persuade, slow action. Yeah.
Okay, but who am I persuading? Her or him?
Oh well. Who are you persuading?
I'm trying to persuade her that we're not engaging.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to do. So you still want a manipulation on that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I am not built
you,
correctly for this, but who knows?
Oh wow.
You'll be fine.
Oh, thank God, because
It's
that would have been
one,
2
though.
X's.
It's not over yet.
Oh, I got lucky. All right, that's my slow action.
Manipulation. Okay, so manipulation. Great.
And I think as a fast action, I can move. Correct?
Yes, you can move. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to be like moving towards the the entrance exit, only single place there.
So yeah, you can use retreat as a fast action. So the enemy is more than arm's length away. So yeah, you can move.
All right.
So yeah, your appeals seem to distract her. For a moment, although her anger, she pauses and waits to see. She doesn't. She pauses from her action.
Okay.
So we'll wait and see what happens. So next would be.
Yeah. Do I have to move it down somehow or no? In the combat tracker or just?
Sorry, just a minute.
No.
Okay, there's no way for me to. Oh yeah, no, there is end turn. I end my turn. Yeah, correct.
Could make a sneak attack, but it will be at a sneak will be at disadvantage. Well, not disadvantage. It's because of the distance. It's really hard.
Okay, I need to know: is Garviel all in on this?
Sorry, I'm having to like switch between. What was that? Sorry,
Oh.
Darren?
Is Garviel Ian all in on this? He's all for taking her down.
It looks like he's going to attempt to attack her. Yeah, he's like trying to.
Okay.
Looks like he's trying to sneak up on her. I'm gonna have to get that from there.
Where did you find the end turn button?
When you go to the second one where the cross swords are at the bottom, it shows end turn, and then it moves it forward to Oscar.
Oh, I see. So it moves. So I won't have it until it's my turn. Gotcha.
Correct. Oh, maybe.
Makes sense. All right. What are you doing, John?
No, not yet. Yeah. So if you try to make a sneak, so she's going to be at arm's length, so it's going to be -2. You lose 2 dice in an attempt to do that.
Because you're already so close. Yeah.
And you have to. That's to make a sneak roll to be able to do it in the first place. Not even do the attack. It's very hard to do something like that so close, to initiate it so close. So yes, it's Oscar next anyway.
I ain't no fighter. I'm gonna back off, and I'm gonna say, my lady, you misunderstand. We wish to search your husband's coffin. He may have something that can assist us in your quest. Okay. Maybe he has a sword. Was he buried with his sword?
You can make a manipulation check for your slow action. Then it will be at a minus a penalty of 1 though.
Oh, this is so good.
Otherwise, it'll shank you stupid cow. Manipulation.
That's not a good bargaining chip. That to.
No, I did. That bit wasn't added on, obviously. So you click on manipulation, don't you?
Yeah, manipulation with a penalty of 1.
So where's my penalty? Modifier. Did you put -1?
Yeah.
-1. Still got 6 dice.
You can like deduct my do it that way. No, you have to put it in the modifier. Yeah, you can't do it that way.
Fingers crossed. Nothing.
That's a fail. Can
I push it?
It's an opposed check though. It's an opposed check.
Can I push it though?
You can, I guess. Yeah. It's
So where do I go to push it?
There should be a push button underneath it. In the chat.
In the chat. Where's my chat?
Like in the same window that your roll is in.
And this is where I have an aneurysm and die.
You got a success.
Pushed. Okay. Right. So she turns on you and says, "I cannot let you desecrate my husband's grave."
That sounds more than reasonable.
That's kind of end of my turn, and I'll kind of nod, wink at Garviel. It's up to you, really.
Oh,
I've backed off, so I'm not touching the coffin.
Okay, so the Countess Ursula, she doesn't act. She kind of seems to wait to see what you're going to, sort of what how you're going to act.
So it's
Seems
down
a little
to
unsure.
Syrian to make the decision. Really, Syrian and Garviel.
There's no hold action in this, is there?
At the beginning of the round, you can agree to swap positions with another person, but no, there's no actual hold.
Well, I'm getting the sense from Garviel and Oscar. You need to end turn though, John. So you pass that on.
Oh, how do I do that?
So
go to the combat tracker, which is the second icon on the right.
Yeah.
And at the bottom, you'll see there's arrows pointing left and right, and end turn in the middle. Just select that.
No, I don't see that. You mean on the combat tracker under the D20? There's a red arrow. Do I press on that? No.
I'm talking about not that combat tracker on the right hand side.
The fist,
I don't know if you have that little thing open where you have the little icons up, like
on
where
the
you
upper
would go
right
to
hand
open your
corner
character.
of the whole window of the combat tracker.
So what do I click on? The double arrow, or the one arrow?
No, at the bottom. Do you see it says end
Oh,
turn?
sorry. Yeah, end turn. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
All right.
Okay, so like I say, she hesitates to see how you're gonna how you act.
So if we can swap initiative with each other
At the beginning, yeah.
At the beginning, so when after Brian and Ian have had their go, could I then give my position to Ian to attack again?
Well, we're gonna roll again.
Oh, you roll initiative every
No,
time.
it stays. It stays.
Oh, are we staying where we are?
It stays.
Okay, it's not per round. Okay.
So
once we've all gone, then I think we can swap.
It's just it's if we can hurt her. That's the thing, isn't it? Because she's a ghost. but those things outside.
I'm. You know what? I'm gonna wait as well. I'm gonna see what Garviel does.
Let's see what the new fighter.
I don't want to fire the opening shot.
Okay.
It's on you, Ian. It's your call.
Longsword, chop right off. It's your call.
If his longsword can even damage her.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
Good, okay.
If it doesn't, we're all going to be running.
So changing the initiative, you never draw new initiative during the fight, but you can exchange your initiative card and thus your initiative for the round with another player. This can be done at the start of the fight or the start of a round, but never during a round. And you and the other player must be able to speak to each other and to exchange initiatives. You can exchange initiatives with an enemy through the feint action as well.
Oh, that's right. We have combat options on our character sheet.
Yeah, so you click if you go to combat, you should be able to. There'll be a sword in combat, and you can just click on your sword. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Wow, 4.
Wow,
Well,
that.
It's a shame because your sword just passes straight through.
Ah. Well, lesson well learned.
Chopped her in half, otherwise. Might have killed her.
Okay.
Oh dear.
But because of your amazing success, she really didn't take it as an aggressive act.
He slipped.
Yeah. So yeah, she doesn't. Like I say, she was waiting to see, since you were like manipulated her, so she was waiting to see how you acted. So she doesn't take any aggressive action this time, but I think she might do it next time.
Now that she's been attacked, yeah. So do we want to change initiatives? How do we do that?
Let me see. So you just tell me which who you want to swap with, and I'll just move them.
Can you move us?
Positions.
I think I would probably give my initiative to Ian so that he could move away before she decides to attack him.
You're so generous. I'm just going to run up.
She can just follow him.
Maybe,
yeah, I understand, but I mean, I don't know that she could continue to survive outside the, you know. Oh, mind you, you said there was magic. Maybe there's magic keeping her in here. So maybe coming out, she won't be able to actually leave.
where was there some green like torchlight in here?
In the brazier.
Maybe we have to. Oh, that'd put us in the dark though if we're not brazier over. We've got a single lantern, haven't we?
Sorry.
I don't know who else has what though. So
nobody else has light. All you've got is that tiny little oil lamp, but this chamber is lit. At least is dimly lit, but the entire chamber is dimly lit by this green light, this green flame burning.
Probably a bad idea to extinguish that light.
So, is anybody wanting to swap initiative order?
Yeah, go ahead, and I want to go before she does.
So
I got a little something for her.
So you either have to. You can.
All right, then I'll give you my initiative.
Swap. You can just automatically swap with.
You just drag across, or do you just say you swapped?
Yeah, just tell me. I'll adjust it.
Swap me with mine.
I'll give Ciaran my initiative.
Okay, so
you're sure? I was going to let him have mine.
Although I can't see the combat tracker anymore. Oh, there it is. Never mind. It caught up.
And you got
anybody else swapping?
Turn undead.
No.
Well, I'll swap with Ian then, since you might have to peg it.
Just a minute. That should be edited to 10. That should be 9. Okay.
Oh wait, never mind. This is not going to work anyway. God damn it. We're dead.
We're just going to have to leave, aren't we?
Yeah, so see, the problem is I have this cool spell that can do some damage, but it has no effect on monsters, and I'm assuming she's a monster. So
we could threaten to damage her child's sarcophagus. Decease, woman. We will. Yeah, that's really going to calm her down into that.
Like, you would think a necromancer would have some power over the dead, but he really doesn't. Only used against living humanoids. That's not going to do anything. That's not going to do anything.
Oh, mate. Sorry?
That's not going to do anything. Oh, that's just great.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna run. Oh, there's a button for that. Retreat.
So yeah, so you got unarmed strike. So shove. Basically, shove somebody. You can disarm. You can try and disarm somebody if you've got a disarm.
No,
Oh,
failed
retreat.
my
So
retreat.
retreat option is you can perform. You've got to be at least arm's length away from. You can't be engaged with somebody if you perform retreat.
I wasn't. I backed off.
Yeah. No, it's Ian's just asking.
Oh, gotcha.
So let's see. So you have to. Where is it? Oh no, sorry, it's retreat. Yeah, so retreat is if they're at arm's length, and then it's flee if you're more if you're more than arm's length away.
Oh,
Retreat
flee.
is a move skill.
Oh, I see. Retreat is like disengage.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
And there's no roll for fleeing, so I'm just gonna flee from the room into the dark, back up the hall.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. There's no, you're not engaged with anybody. It's let's see. So flees 89. Let me just double check. I don't believe you need to make a check for that, but I'll just double check. If you lose the fight, oh, you do. If you want to leave the conflict immediately and you don't have any enemies at arm's length, you can roll for move. A successful roll means you managed to get away somehow. Otherwise, it means you've they've managed to block you off or something like that. So you still need to make a move.
A move roll, which is agility, which is essentially what I did with retreat. So I failed.
Right.
Okay. So
you can
yep,
push
that's
it.
it for me. I tried. I failed both.
All right. And in the case of retreat, that is when you're engaged with somebody, which, like I said, is like a disengage. This action must be used instead of a run. If you have an active enemy at arm's length, it brings you to. So it basically moves you from engaged to just near range. Roll for move. If you fail, you still move, but they get a free attack against you. So yeah, it's exactly like disengaging. But anyway, so the next it's Oscar.
So I need to where to go for a wee. What? Has anybody been injured?
No.
Nope.
And what is she doing? Is she attacking Garvey?
She's not. Well, she appears. She looks aggressive now, but she's not. You don't know what she's going to do as yet. Probably. I mean, Gariel has just swung his sword straight through her. So.
Yeah, I witnessed that bit.
Gariel.
I'm questioning our ability to make quality, good new friends.
I know. I can't believe you'd try and strike a woman down. Where this brazier? Where is it in the room? Is it central or is it to one side?
It is.
Did you say it was magical? Brian, did you sense it was magical, or was it the room?
Oh, just like the room, the area.
Not the green,
imagining...
not the brazier.
Well, yeah, I'm imagining that's got some kind of a magical effect. And
is it on the floor, or is it swinging from the ceiling?
No, it's in the center of the room.
Yeah, it's in the center of the room. The thing is though, like I think I know where you're going. I'd almost guarantee though that like the magic is just light. Like the coals that are in there, they don't look like they're burning. It's not like there's anything in particular that's burning because I looked at it. It's just the brazier is light.
What's getting me is why is there a brazier in this room that were buried alive?
Why is there a ghost in the room?
Oh, no, but why is there a light source? Why is there like a green magical flame in the room? What's that?
Yeah, I mean that's a fair question. it could be nothing, but it could also be pivotal. Who knows?
Well, I'm backing off from her, and I am gonna go towards the brazier, but I'm not gonna do anything else. So do I need to like flee from combat?
No, not really, because you're not directly
not-
engaged.
not
You're not trying to
facing
get
us.
away from the area. So no, not really.
So I'll move more to the centre of the room then, away from her and nearer to the brazier.
Okay, so it's just a fast action to do that.
Not a lot else I can do.
So you
I've
got
got a
another
sling,
fast
but that-
action or a slow action left.
I've got a sling, but that's going to do jack. No, that's it.
So you're just gonna move over to the to where the brazier is.
Brazier. Can I talk again? Am I able to talk?
Yeah, still talk. I mean,
I'm just
you can
going to
talk while
try
you're
and
moving and stuff.
calm me down, please.
If you
listen.
want to do a manipulation, you mean?
Um,
That is a slow action to do manipulation.
oh, that'll be my slow action then. So have I had a fast action and then I've got
Yeah,
a slow
fast
action.
action was to move, and then a slow action will be a manipulation will be a slow action. So you can do two fasts or a fast and a slow.
Yeah, I'll try and manipulate her to distract her again from her attacking.
And what are you going to say to
gargle.
her this time?
Same garbage as before. That we don't mean her any harm, or we don't.
Just want to loot your stuff.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, my friend slipped with his long sword.
I think you can have 2 penalty dice for that then.
I'm still going to roll manipulation. I'm telling you the truth.
I think that's 2 penalty dice for that.
Watch me do it. Just you watch.
All right, I need to add to my
there's-
journal. I think I'm traveling with psychopaths.
Yeah, I know. They ask you to like make poison, and then they go grave robbing when I was going grave exploring.
You'd be making the
wow.
poison to poison me.
Nice.
I wanted to fail so I could push it and get a willpower point. So yeah, I just want to, probably more than anything, to like distract her maybe so she doesn't claw our new companion.
Okay, so you can maybe distract her enough for somebody for people to get away from her, but she's not calming down now.
Now your sword went through her. Maybe her hands will just go through you and not hurt you.
I'm sure that's accurate.
That's how it works.
Yeah, her hands will go straight through you and then grab your heart.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. I think we need to leave, don't we?
So
Overstayed our welcome.
yes. So yeah, so distract her. She's gonna go at the end of the, like I'm gonna say, she's gonna go at the end of the round. So give Loanim and Gaviel a chance to act before she does. So it's Low first.
I'm gonna say, listen, Garviel, let's go. I don't think that these crow feet that we got from Syrian are working quite the way as intended. We're very sorry. We're gonna try to avenge your husband and make this place right again. Bye, Countess.
So you're making for the
And
exit.
I'm gonna
yes?
move. Yeah.
Okay, you can both make a move roll then.
All right.
It comes under. It's under agility.
Agility. Yep. You
Oh.
can just click flee on your combat page. It'll do it for you.
Okay, so
Oh,
is Low
really?
pushing that?
I keep the 2 anyways, or no?
Yeah, you keep the
Oh
2
yeah,
anyway.
you're
So
gonna
it
keep the
will
2
not.
banes
It
anyway.
won't. It'll re-roll everything by a bane or a success.
All right. Let's push it.
Sorry, no, you don't need to push that. No, it won't achieve anything anyway. Oh God.
Oh. Okay, well, I'm push. I didn't understand that, but okay, I'll take the 3 damage, and oh, it serves me right. I should have never come in here. I don't know what I was expecting. I
So
always,
it's 3
you know,
damage
the
to
path
your
to
agility. Okay.
the path
So
to rust is paved with good intentions.
yeah, so maybe you like run and you trip and fall. So you still get away. You trip and fall, collide with walls, and like maybe smashing your shoulder into the corner of the corner of the wall as you like dash off into the corridor.
Ouch.
So that will be the end of that round, and we can remove some people from that combat. So that's Garviel has legged it. Lowe's legged it. So there's just Oscar there. So, what's Oscar doing?
What, everyone's legged it out of the chamber?
You're pretty much...
I gotta try and get away.
Oh, sorry, I thought you'd gone as well.
No.
Oh yeah.
So I will. I'll try to flee again.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh no, but
Try and push it.
you made it, so you still do it. So
I
you made the
definitely
roll.
do it
That's
now.
what I was saying. You made the roll last time, didn't you?
No, I never made it with any successes.
No, I know. That's what I mean. You don't even if you don't get this success, you still. Oh no. No, sorry. Ignore that. I'm thinking of something else.
But I made it with the push.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, cool. No damage either. So yeah, it's
Nope.
just Oscar on. Yeah, everybody else legs it, leaving you alone with the ghost in the crypt.
So what is it? Next turn or?
It's it's round 3.
Oh yeah, it's your turn. Yeah, I got out, so I try and get to it.
Well, see, everyone's pissed off. There's not much point doing anything. I'll run then. I'll run up, Chip, run after others.
Okay, so you're not engaged with us, so you can just make a move roll to just get out of the way. Just get out of there.
I'm tempted to knock it over and then run off. But
I don't know. Sword seemed to not go through her. I think.
no, I mean knock the brazier over and then
You
and then run
could
off.
as a farmer. Yeah,
Brace. It's
fast action.
Why
but then
add insult to injury?
But then I'd be in the dark, wouldn't I?
You
So it's probably not
if
the
it
best
went
idea.
out, you would be in the pitch black. Yeah.
Oh, it would go out, wouldn't it? I would imagine. Yeah, I'll leg it after the others.
Okay, just a move roll then.
So I'm not. You can screw with your quest, stupid woman. What do I need to roll?
Move.
Move.
It's on under agility.
Under agility, move. Just a straight roll.
Yeah.
This don't look good.
Oh,
There you go.
Boom. 2
Good
successes. Right. Yeah.
Ninja.
Yeah. So yeah, with your
The
half
problem is going to
dexterity,
be if she comes after us.
nimbly duck out and dash up the corridor, chasing after your friends. You can hear her screaming as she pursues you up the corridor, but as soon as you like burst out, back out into the daylight, there's glancing back, there's no sign she's gone.
No, she's stuck in that chamber, isn't she? Protecting
Until
a
tonight.
child. Protecting a dead child. Well, that was interesting. And we'll go outside now and get hung by the town.
So do we have any capability of putting that ceiling stone back in place?
You could make the same might roll, another might roll.
I mean,
to
I
try
have
and
a
push it.
staff that we could use as a lever.
If you've got something if you've got something you can use as a lever, you can have an extra bonus dice to do it. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Does
All right, and
anybody
I'll assist as well.
Garviel's probably got the most
So yeah,
strength.
who's leading the roll? Is it Garviel leading the roll again?
I think so.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah, I'm only strength 3, might 0, so
yeah.
I think we should go back tonight. Maybe she'll have reset.
I'd rather lock her in.
So what did you say? You got something you're going to use as like as a lever?
Yeah, my staff.
Okay, so yeah, you can have three bonus dice. Okay, so that's a fail unless you want to push it.
Push it. We need to get this back in place, or the village is going to be pissed at us.
Yeah.
Okay, right,
Nice.
yeah. So you shove it back in place. May run. Maybe you like roll the boulder straight over Garviel's foot, crushing his foot in the process. But you
Well,
managed
that was
to like
that
drop
was fun.
drop the stone back into place.
Thank you for that suggestion, Lenaim.
Oh, but I I'm looking kind of dejected. I expected something a little bit more from a very important grave of a person that was but we did kind of get answers. I mean, we have
understand.
information we didn't have
easier
before.
grave robbing. I did too.
I don't grave rob. That wasn't the point of this.
What was the point then?
Well, I mean, the sense of discovery to figure out, what was here, why we see that there's a distraught spirit that we could potentially help that might be able to give us answers. I mean, if we didn't, make it so mad, we could have asked about the Rust and Jaime and maybe gotten some answers. We have an insight in,
To be fair, there was probably nothing to rob. If they were buried alive, they wouldn't have been buried with any possessions, would they?
If they were caught unawares and trapped, probably.
I thought she said the sorcerer buried them alive.
Yeah, he betrayed them.
Oh,
So
he betrayed them.
lured them down there somehow.
So they could have had something on.
Right. So at any rate, I think rather than dealing with the undead in this town, we probably need to try to get back on track of looking for those bandits.
Yeah, we're making our own undead. I mean, we could always go back when we have an ability to fight the undead.
Or when we've found this Zygopher.
Yeah, that's... Yeah. So has that taken up a quarter of a day, that little adventure?
No, not quite. No, it's so you're into the. It's taking you into the second quarter, but
there's nobody like stood around waiting for us as we come out.
no, surprisingly not.
Are we just going straight back down the main path altogether, or are we separating again?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go down the main path. I don't care at this point.
Yeah, neither do I.
I mean, we've been in there. We can't change that.
Right.
It is what it is. I'm more concerned about what happens this evening. If she's aware that there's a village out there, she might come looking for us, or Garviel in particular, and I'm not terribly happy about our chances against her at any point.
And we still have the mystery, right, of the rotten raven.
No, I think the young boy was trying to help. I mean, I don't know that that's much of a mystery. You could certainly go try and talk to the young boy again if you like.
He has no tongue. There's nothing to talk to. But
Exactly.
Maybe we could ask somebody else in town about it. I mean,
Sure. If you're interested in their burial practices,
I'm gonna ask Navia.
Talking about it though, considering.
Yeah, I would head towards Navia then. So as they're going down the main route, I might go down the other route back to her hut.
What's her name? That's an interesting idea. So, Gaviel says, do you think the Raven allowed you to see the ghost in the crypt?
Could be. It's a good point.
Yeah, could be. But
so,
yeah, at any rate, if you're going to go talk to Navia, you might want to give me your bow, and I'll go back to the inn and work on it.
Oh no, my bow is back at the inn. I borrowed what's his name's.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to the inn and work on the bow.
Thank you.
For this quarter and into the evening.
I'll go with you, and I'll try and finish off making the bow. I was halfway through making.
Okay. And Lo's going to go to the midwife cottage. What about Gaviel?
Oh, I tell Garviel, like,
okay.
whatever he's going to do. Hey, we came here initially looking for bandits, which I think might be a little bit more our speed, if you catch my meaning. So I probably want to go try and find out more about that tomorrow. If you're willing, another sword arm would always be good.
So yeah, Gabriel.
Yeah, fix the bow.
No, Gabriel. He's happy to pursue that with you. There's no other pressing engagements. Sorry. If you look on your character sheet, there is a little bed icon that is rest.
Are we going straight to rest right now?
So, Gabriel was going to spend the next quarter day resting. So you can rest without sleeping.
Okay.
Sleeping automatically is a rest as well, of course.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, so meanwhile, so you're crafting, Gabriel's resting. What about Oscar?
I'm gonna finish off making a bow.
Yeah, he's gonna finish that bow.
So you're crafting as well, right? In which case, I'll leave you to do that crafting roll. And Lo, you turn up at the midwife's cottage or hovel or whatever you would like to call it. Let's see. Okay. Right. So yeah. So as you approach Nivea's hut, you can see her outside. She's arranging some herbs on some like drying racks outside the hut. She glances up as you approach and smiles.
Hey, Navia, how are you? Good to see you again.
You look a little pale, little man.
Oh, yeah, I just, I had a very odd encounter with a young urchin that had a malformed tongue. He couldn't talk, and look what he gave me, and I'm like gonna take the remains of the crow bundled up. Very odd. I don't know what that means.
I wouldn't put too much stock in that. That's just young Perko.
Okay. What? Why would he give that to me?
That's a good question. That I could answer, but I wouldn't. he gave me a bundle of dead cockroaches last week.
Okay.
That's great.
Well, that's interesting. Tell me what. Do you know more about the story of Napola?
Not much. I know a little of the legends of the place, but there's not much, I'm afraid.
Oh.
It's I know the old temple up there is supposed to be haunted, and that a once powerful count is supposedly entombed up on the up by the temple.
That's that could be true. I guess that's interesting.
It's I would advise, as you can, by the look of you, I'm probably wasting my breath, but I would advise not spending too much time up there.
Okay. Just that. Yeah.
The wards that people use to protect them from the dead have no effect up there.
Why do people need to be protected from the dead there?
There is no protection from the dead up there. You know, the little ritual you have to perform when you step outside at night.
Oh yeah. We do it religiously.
Good. Best to adhere to it, but it will do you no good up at the old temple.
Oh, I see.
The dead do not take well to people wandering in that place. And it's probably a good idea that Mrs. Polmore doesn't catch you up there either.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that urchin won't tell her.
No. Perko can't tell anybody anything.
Exactly. Yeah. So I heard tell that the Count and Countess Napola also had a child.
Believe so. Possibly there are some of the stories say so, that there was the Count was involved in a battle here, and he was beheaded by the king. But legends.
Not by Zalgofa.
Zygofer.
There's many different stories. There's like these stories come from centuries before the Blood Mist. The tales are distorted and full of half truths. Who's to say what's right and what's not?
That's very interesting. I'm probably going to come back tomorrow and try to learn more about some herbs and lore and stuff. I'm going to go find my friends.
You're welcome, little man. Your assistance is always welcome.
Thank you so much, and I'll head back after polite conversation.
Okay. Right then. So, are you just rejoining your companions back at the Deadman's Hand?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, right. So back there, I think everybody's either absorbed. The time is taken up either resting or crafting, I believe.
I'm gonna rest. I think I need that after this harrowing experience.
So did you do a crafting roll for Oscar then?
How's it do the Does it not add the boa skill on the roll?
All right, you're doing.
No, I
Let's
think
have a
the
look.
bower skill just lets you do it, right?
Just lets you make the bow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe
Yeah.
so. Let me just double check.
So it's
For you.
just a straight crafting roll, isn't it?
I'll just double
so
check.
probably, no, I think that's right. I
Yeah,
think
I
it
think
just
it
gives you the ability
Yeah.
to make a bow
Rank
or a
1,
sling.
you can use the crafting skill to make ranged weapons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because otherwise crafting just does like repairs and simple things, isn't it?
Rank 2, you can make it better. Rank 3, you could even make it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, rank 1, you can use a
thinking
crafting skill
about
to make
that.
ranged weapons from the weapons table with normal stats.
Try and make one to begin with.
Right.
Made half of one. See if I can destroy it. So crafting 3, boom. Strength 2. I'm so
Don't think
strong.
does it require any special tools?
No, it's crafting. I've got the wood. I've got the leather.
As long as you got the wood
So
and
it's
the
a
leather.
short bow, is it?
Yeah.
Crafting, yeah, wood, leather, 1 day. I thought it requires a full day.
Oh, full day.
Yeah.
Well, I did a half a day yesterday.
Yeah.
So I was going to finish it off with the rest of this
Okay.
day.
Yeah, you can. I suppose you can do that because you got. Yeah, fair enough.
When Lonaim walks in, I hand him his bow and like, here you go. Should be nice and tight now.
Oh, that's great work. Thank you so much.
I've done it. 2 successes.
I'll continue go gathering more herbs and stuff for you.
So I've got.
Well, keep in mind the herbs I use are generally only used for one thing at this point. So don't go out of your way, but having a few on hand is never bad.
Okay.
I did want to talk to you though. I think we really need to go looking for those bandits to the south. I assume to the south in the morning. Garviel seems up for it. I'm sure Oscar is up for anything where general murder and mayhem are possible.
Now they might have money on them.
They might.
Things
And
to sell.
they're alive, so we might actually be able to do something against them. Assuming that they're a bad group. You never know, right? Because we run into them and they might have needs of their own and might be doing what they need to do to survive. We'll have to
join them.
That when we come on them, but that was kind of our initial primary purpose, and I don't know how the rest of you feel, but at some point I am going to need to return to Seneca for additional training, and it would be helpful if we returned with the things that he's looking for.
I've made that bow, but I ain't got any arrows. I don't think, how much money have I got? I don't think I've got any money left.
Well, you can make just like basic wooden arrows, can't you?
5
You got to get some more wood, but basic wooden arrows aren't the worst.
What when arrows, iron arrows, 6 copper, I think. I can't remember.
Yeah, so the smith sells iron tipped arrows as well.
Can you remember how much they were? I can't remember.
They are the list price in the items directory.
I'm just picking numbers off the top. I think it was 6.
So, see, arrows. Iron-headed arrows are 12 copper.
Bloody hell!
That's for a unit though, so that's for 1 dice. Not for one.
I know, wow.
not 12 copper for 1 arrow.
That'd be awful if it was 1 arrow.
And how much are the wood arrows?
Wood arrows are
6 copper.
Well, again, you can make those.
6 copper, yeah.
You just need some wood.
Yeah.
I've got the wood, but I could make another bow.
I mean, sure, if we wanted to, we could probably play this whole game just like foraging during the day, crafting in the evening, and then selling stuff to the townsfolk.
Boa simulator.
Well, I haven't got enough to buy any arrows, so I've made a bow which I can't use. So that's why I'm thinking if I sell it, it's worth 6 silver.
Yeah, I mean, if you could find somebody to sell it to.
The guy that sold a bow to
So don't forget, you don't have to sell.
Theron, didn't he?
You can barter trade, like for like.
Yeah,
Or,
barter.
Yeah, I could trade the bow for some iron arrows.
You could.
At this point, I know, like, I'm gonna need to get some food, but we can do that by hunting, assumingly, foraging.
Oh, we've got food in the. Oh, you missed. We no, we've got food here. We've got a tab. We got a 2 gold. No, 3 gold.
I understand that, but again, we're not staying here forever.
No, but we could take some provisions with us. Have some soup. We could take the soup with us. Have extra bread and take the bread with us.
Yeah, it won't work as a like provision to take with you.
Right.
We'll have a big breakfast before we set off tomorrow.
Yeah.
What you need to barter that bow for, I don't know if the prices are comparable, but what you need to barter for is a light source. You really should have like a lantern.
I've seen what I'm going to do. I'm going to. You can take a talent, can't you, from your my peddler talent. I can't remember. I've got Path of Gold, but I can choose another.
Yeah, you can start another path. Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't hear any of that.
All right. One of the peddler talents, it allows you to have a rucksack, and you can basically rummage in the rucksack.
It's a magic rucksack.
And find anything of a certain value, and the more you level it up, you can like find things up to like a 1 gold piece.
Find a longsword.
Yeah. Well, you can find weapons, but they've got to be below so many copper, I think, or so many silver. Yeah. So you can't find a sword.
Yeah, definitely not going to be a lantern though. That's 2 silver.
No, but it would be handy. Oh, I've got some torches in my rucksack, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I was going to use that as a talent. So, I might as well just sell the bow, haven't I? And then
I'm going to go out and make some torches tomorrow. Well, or at some point. But I think we need to get on with adventuring.
And I bought Theron's having a helmet made, which I paid for. That's why I've got no money.
Oh wow, jeez.
So he's having a helmet made.
How long does that take?
I think it was 2 days. Another day.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be ready.
And he needs his axe repairing as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But I kind of am with Brian. Well, I mean,
shitty axe.
As long as I'm here.
So I agree. Let's go and get some bandits.
Okay. So later that it's already early evening, so I imagine at some point you congregate downstairs and partake of what are the food that's on offer. Wild boar stew and some game birds are grilling on the open fire that sits there's like a big central fireplace in the common room of the dead man's hand.
I'm gonna wrap up some stew in a napkin and save it for later.
We'll have some of that. It might be his last meal.
So dead man's hand is quite busy by this time of day or today. It's not as raucous as the Three Skulls, of course. But there's plenty of locals sat around, gossiping and talking about the day's events, and talking about the harvest and what they need, the planting regime, and one thing another. The guard schedule, the discussing and guard schedule. There's a couple of people drawing straws for who gets to have the night watch on the northwestern watchtower by the old graveyard. In a rocking chair by the fire is the midwife, Nervia. She's sat knitting in a rocking chair by the fire, and in the farthest corner of the common room, there's a big guy, dark hair, quite severely cropped dark hair, and he's wearing dressed in a yellow and red cloak that's decorated with pieces of rusted iron that are stitched into the fabric. His face is kind of almost hidden in shadows, but every so often you get the flicker of the firelight catches his face, and you can see his it's heavily disfigured by scars that run down the side, all down one side of his face, and strapped to his side is a big well kept longsword, and you can see he's openly wearing a suit of chainmail beneath his cloak. Noticeably, nobody sits anywhere near him.
Right.
Every so often, Olm goes over, kind of a nervous, almost a nervous shuffle, and takes him a tankard, swaps an empty tankard for a full tankard, and like backs off, like almost bowing, and retreats before retreating to the bar.
So, not knowing anything about the Rust brothers, like, why is everyone so, I don't know, not wanting to engage? Like, I understand that they're taxing people, which probably not cool. But like, do they have? Are we, or is anybody aware of, or has anybody talked about, like, do they have negative practices or anything like that they should be scorned for?
I don't think anybody's really sort of asked too much about them, to be honest.
Okay. I'm going to go over and sit by him.
Okay, what's somebody else
Why
doing?
not?
Anybody else do anything? You're just sitting there. You're just gonna just sit back and have your stew. Sit back and watch.
Yeah, I'm filling my face.
Okay. You.
Yeah, so I walk over with my drink after finishing my meal and say, "May I?"
Right. He kind of looks up at you like blood. See, like his eyes look quite deep set, and there's dark rings around his eyes. He looks maybe a lot older than he actually is.
Okay.
And he kind of glares at you. He says, "There's nobody stopping you, is there?"
Well, no.
Well then.
Difficult to tell if you wanted company, considering how everyone else responds to you.
He just smirks.
So you're the Rust brother I've heard people talk about?
I am. What's it to you?
I'm interested. I'm not been able to travel much for reasons you're probably aware of, and I've never encountered anyone like you.
You're one of the new arrivals that Mrs. Palmer told me about.
Yeah. Yep.
Not keeping a very low
just got into
profile.
town a couple
by
of
all
days ago.
accounts.
I'm sorry, did he say not?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, don't really know how to do that, actually. At least I am interested in the world, so it makes it hard to keep a low profile.
Kind of just grunts and takes a long drink from his beer. And what's your purpose here?
Here in town, or here talking
here
to you?
At my table.
Well, like I said, I don't know anything about your brotherhood. I thought it would be interesting to learn.
You know nothing of the brothers, the Rust brothers? You know nothing of Rust and Heim?
Only what a few people in town
have you
have
crawled
mentioned.
out of?
Backwater so small it didn't even have a name.
Where might this backwater be?
Oh, it's days from here, months even. We were so far out, we only just were released from this red mist that had kept us all in our homes nightly for centuries.
Ah, somewhere to the north then.
Yes. It definitely has been nicer heading south and finding more temperate climates.
And what are your plans? What brings you to the Hollows?
Well, we actually were led here. My companions and I, not the human, we've just recently met him. I don't know much about where he's from, but the two half folk and my brother upstairs, we ran into a ruined tower west of here, and found, unfortunately, someone who had passed, and followed tracks from that tower that led directly here. Well, not directly. They seem to lead here. We're still looking into the possibility that this is just a stop along the way, because no one here seemed to recognize the person who had died.
Who are these people? Bandits?
We think so. We're not sure. We were looking to possibly help out some local folk by removing a danger.
And you were trailing these people, not the other way around?
Well, we'd heard of them in another village we stopped in some weeks ago. Someone came into town. They were injured, complained of bandits on the road, and that's what got my companions and I moving in the first place.
See, this is the kind of trouble that Mrs. Polymer is seeking to avoid when she tries to rein in that stupid dwarf.
So you think the dwarf's ideas are a mistake as well?
They only bring unwanted attention, and it doesn't serve the Brotherhood's purpose.
But if you're taxing these folk, wouldn't it be better for them to be bringing in more coin,
Tax it.
which means more travel?
Tax it.
That's what we've been told.
He just chuckles. And what else have you heard?
Honestly, I haven't heard much. I've only heard secondhand. My companions were talking to folk in town over the past day or so.
We recruit.
For what?
For the Church of the Rust.
So you're recruiting people?
You could say that.
Why would they tell us you were taxing them?
Why indeed? I suppose they look at this. Maybe it's a more delicate way of putting it. They're a little. Most of the folks around here are a little reluctant to speak about it. A little, not perhaps not particularly happy about it. But they know what's good for them. They know not to cross. They know not to cross the church.
I don't mean to be antagonistic, but I can kind of see their point if you're just going through towns and villages and conscripting people.
We don't conscript people.
So they go of their own will?
No, we herd them. They're nothing but cattle, really. And he kind of smiles and says, you have no idea, have you?
I really don't.
The dead, man. We harvest the dead.
Do you now? He can probably tell I'm much more interested now. And what do you do with the dead?
We turn them into the soldiers for the church.
Is your church at war?
War is just an argument to wage, just an ill word spoken at the wrong time.
Well, if we accept that war is just an argument of kings, who are you having arguments with?
There's the church seeks to bring peace to the Ravenlands, and there's many undesirables that need to be cleansed from the lands before peace will truly come to the land.
Undesirables like whom?
Now, you might not like my answer, so let's leave it at that.
He's human, right?
He is.
What kind of effect is your harvesting having on the undead in this town?
They're a surplus commodity. We come, representatives from the church come and collect a quota.
From the old graveyard or the graveyard outside of town?
Wherever's there's the most suitable material. Fresher the better, really. I believe another shipment's due to be collected in a month's time.
Do you prepare this shipment?
No. Other brothers come. I'm here to make sure the rule of law is followed.
The rule of law laid down by the town elder.
By the church.
Why does the church care what happens here if all you do is come in and harvest bodies?
Because the strictures of the church must be followed. The faithful must follow the strictures of the church. Otherwise, the misshapen and the misborn, the deformed, will be visited upon the unfaithful. You really don't know anything, do you? This place that you've come from. What did you say it was called again?
Oh, as I said, it was barely a hold. Few buildings. How we managed to survive there for hundreds of years, I'll not know. But thankfully, I'm somewhat more long-lived than others.
It takes something to do to survive the blood mist.
It did. It did. Where's your brotherhood based?
Alderstone.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. Nice.
Where is Alderstone? Again, not having traveled for
many leagues
centuries
to the west.
west. Well, I'll not take up more of your time. I'll say it was interesting talking to you.
Likewise, it's been enlightening. Right, and then he suddenly stands, pushing his chair back. If you'll excuse me, a good evening to you.
I stand and push my chair in as well, and to you. I'll return to my friends.
He turns and kind of nods at the innkeep, and then just strides out the door into the night. You notice he doesn't ring the bell either as he steps
Right.
outside.
Interesting.
So do we need to poison him too?
Can you poison the dead, really? I mean, I'm not sure he's alive.
No, he's alive.
You say so. He didn't ring the bell. Oh, I guess he controls all of them anyways, so yeah.
He's not scared of the dead, is he?
No. Well, now I know why they're disliked.
I think I was a happier lad when the mist prevented me from wandering around these places.
It's probably not the best of places to set up shop, is it? This place.
I don't know if any place will, if that brotherhood is as far spread as he seemed to imply.
So, I presume you tell us everything what was mentioned in that conversation.
I do.
So, that the place what he mentioned is the place where that evil
Zygopher was based, according to.
So, do you think they worship him, or is that something from before they existed?
That's tough to say. There might be a connection. There might not be. What I do know is that they're not going to be very happy if they do happen to find our village. I'm not going to use our village's name anymore.
No, that's what I was thinking. That if they want, well, we don't have any. We don't bury our dead, though, do we? We
No.
burn them.
Yeah.
So, that probably upsets them.
It might. That might be against their tenets. I don't know. I forgot to ask. But I think
wasteful. I mean,
so best watching out for these Rust brothers.
So have they basically got an army of skeletons and zombies? Is that how I understood that? That's what they use the bodies for?
That was my understanding, and they also are not. They don't really like people like us, I would say. And I kind of motion at my ears and my halfling friends.
What's the not?
They have a problem with your type, Garviel.
What's there not to like about halflings?
I think it's more that you're not what they are.
So do you think their war with maybe? Well, he'd have killed us, wouldn't he? Maybe they don't get on with our type. But
he doesn't seem to like the dwarves.
What's the army for? Who are they fighting? Or are they using them for defense?
No, he seemed to imply that their goal was to remove undesirables.
And that is the tax. It's like a tithe. They take the newly dead.
Take the dead, yeah.
But surely that's you would want the settlement to grow because there can't be many new children being born in this place, and people can't be dying at a good enough rate for them to
Yes, but
take
this
the dead.
settlement, at least to my perception, this settlement is primarily human, is it not?
Yeah. You've not seen the only non-human you've seen is Yahweh.
The dwarf.
Although I wouldn't call him that in person.
Does he not like being referred to by what he is?
Oh, he went mental. He nearly had a fight with your brother.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, we called, like, in questioning him why he had a problem with dwarfs and how that reconciled with the fact that he was one. Yeah, he didn't take kindly to that at all.
Oh, interesting.
It didn't go
And
down well at all.
And I think we did say his ale was. We didn't like his ale. Yeah.
Well, that probably didn't help.
No. I mean, we've only ever like really known wine, and yeah, the ale was just horrible. He thinks it's something special, but it's not.
Well, as I said, I think those Rust brothers will be an issue, but I don't know what we can do about it.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
unless you would like me to do something about this one.
Well, that's what the dwarf said. Like, if more will come if anything happens to him. Or was it the dwarf or was it the innkeep? Just more will come. He replaced somebody else prior.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and more will just come if one of them's killed. Somebody will come and take his place. And he said somebody's coming in.
Retribution if something happened to him.
Yeah, don't mess with them, kind of thing.
I wonder, and I'm speaking very quietly now, just for our table. I wonder if the dead could be persuaded to protect the village from them. Do you all went out last night? Do the dead seem cognizant of where they are, or are they just wandering spirits?
They had a drink. One had a drink at a bar. Maybe several drinks.
I'm interested in actually talking to the dead.
Well, they don't. I don't think they talked so much, did they? Did we hear them talk?
No.
No.
Yeah, but it's also taboo to engage with them, apparently, is what you've said. So maybe no one's tried.
Well, the bartender was clearly engaging with them.
He served him a drink.
It was like a common occurrence for him to go into that bar and ask.
Yeah, well, he said it was the mill. There used to be the old miller.
And was that here, or was that at the skull? Three Skulls.
Three Skulls.
No, Three Skulls. And then I think the others we witnessed up at the up near the gate. What we just went through. But they were just, I don't know. Did they come? I think they just approached because we were out at night up there. Or I wasn't, but. Lo and Theron were approached by three undead, but they were up at the
Oh yeah, they engaged us.
The temple area.
No, I think I wanna go outside and say the bit and see if I can find some undead to talk to.
I mean, maybe it's probably worth talking to the elder again, because if she's in,
I'll get to her.
She's in league with them. She'll know what's going on.
Wait, I'm sorry, I missed that. She's okay with the Rust brother?
Yeah, the Rust brother and her are best
straight
buds.
across from here. There's a little bolt. Just pull it. The light switch is in the kitchen.
Yeah, the Rust brother is basically kind of keeping her in power.
Huh.
I have the feeling that the dwarf is not going to do anything, or he's scared of doing anything because he doesn't. He thinks the Rust brother is on her side.
Well, and he wanted us to engage with the Rust brother, right? Well, I'm done.
Yeah, he wanted
So
to
maybe we go talk to him.
sound him out. I think.
Yep.
But from your
I'm
conversation with him,
crystals.
he's on her side, isn't he? I don't
Yeah.
think he's going to change his mind.
Boop. Say my bit at the door.
Okay.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Head down to Three Skulls.
2 for poisoning.
Okay. Is anybody else doing anything?
I'll go to. I'm going to go to Three Skulls as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Does Garville, is he able to use a bow? Does he have any bow skill?
Everybody's able to use a bow, but
Everybody's able.
I think it's marksmanship is the ability you want to
Yeah,
ask
under
about, I
agility.
believe.
So he's mainly a swordsman.
But he could use a bow.
Well, yeah, just like anybody else could.
Everybody who has agility, like it's an agility, I think.
Oh, pardon me.
You'll have to apologise for your brother Syrian.
Well, I mean, he doesn't know he's my brother.
You've got very similar ears.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
He'd probably not want us in his pub again. We'll just say we couldn't stay away. We just want some more of your beautiful beer.
They've all gone out and gone to the Three Skulls Tavern, which is the other inn that's run by the dwarf who's not a dwarf.
He won't be when we kill
Okey-dokey.
him.
Why are you so bloodthirsty?
I keep forgetting I'm a halfling. I've got nothing to back it up with. I have. It's Theron, but he's in bed. And he hasn't got his helmet yet.
Okay, so you head over towards the Three Skulls Tavern, and you're approaching the bridge that splits that kind of separates the town in two, across the river that separates the town in two, and you can hear a whistling, somebody whistling a song off to one side, to kind of to the downstream, a little bit downstream, and looking in the direction of the noise, you can see this sort of ghostly apparition, this glowing, like sort of bright, sort of blue, luminescent figure that is digging at the earth. Although the spade that is digging with is just dancing in the air of its own accord.
Wow.
So there's a little, let's see, where would it be? About here. Yeah, if I can draw. Let me draw. Okay, I can't draw for some reason. Okay, where my pointer is anyway. If you can see it.
Yeah, by that little hut.
Yeah, by the little shack. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's digging with a spade.
Yes. Or
Or is it
rather, a
after?
spade is not is not physically doing it, touching it himself. The spade itself is kind of, like I say, almost looks like it's dancing in the air. It's like digging at the ground of it's like moving of its own accord.
Is it
And
actually like digging though?
Um,
Or is it just kind of like going into the ground like a ghostly spade? Or is it a real spade?
it kind of looks like it's digging into the ground, but you can't. There's no evidence of. You can't see any sign that it's actually removing any earth. No.
Hmm.
And
well, that's
what's the figure look like?
You can't tell if it's. It looked maybe a man. You can't really tell from this distance.
well. We have two choices. We can go and engage with a dwarf who doesn't like dwarves, and who knows we don't, and who doesn't like us, or we can engage with this person here who's singing a song and digging.
Well,
Or
the
not.
proprietor of the Three Skulls hasn't met me. So if you guys want to engage the digging ghost, I'll go on to the Three Skulls and have a conversation.
Wait, is it after dark now?
Yes, it's dark. Yeah. Oh, yes, good point.
Did we remember to say I come in peace and amity in the hour of the dead?
I said it.
Okay, just want to make sure. Ring the bell.
I thought you wanted to talk to the dead there.
Well, I do, but like I also want to talk to the
Right.
proprietor.
Okay, I'll go see what's up with the digging,
You can turn on the light in the living room, honey.
and I'll start to try to whistle the same tune that this person is whistling. Do I recognize it? Is it repetitive? Can I?
Okay, one moment. Is anybody else accompanying Low or?
Yeah, I'll go with Lou. I mean, the other two haven't been to that pub before, have they? So they might be better off going in the pub.
You're going to go to the pub, yeah. So Gaviel's going to go to the pub with Siran, and the rest of you are going. Well, that's just you and Lo, then, isn't it? Oscar
We're
and
going
Lo, the two
Ghostbusters.
halflings. I suppose do you want to try and mimic the song he's whistling?
Yeah, I'll try it. If it's something repetitive or catchy or something, I think by way of like harmless introduction to myself.
You can make a performance check.
Oh, you are so unkind. Well, I didn't stink completely.
Okay, so you kind of make this stumbling, ill-tuned sort of attempt to copy this whistle along that this song is doing. As you approach this figure, so you can see he's dressed in like commoners' work clothes, although they look dated, like old-fashioned. And as you draw closer, and as you attempt to like mimic his whistling, he stops his whistling and looks up, like freezing sort of mid-movement, and the spade stops dancing, just freezes mid-air, and he looks at you, fixes you with his eyes, and there's just like black pits, black holes where his eyes would have been. There's no pupils. Have you been sent by the king?
No, the king didn't send us. That was a long time ago.
Right, he nods. Good. And then he goes back. He goes back to digging.
But maybe we can give you a hand. What are you doing there?
Right, he looks. So he says, "There's many dead to be buried."
Oh, they've been
casts and
very.
he casts about like we're showing with his hand as if he's like showing you something that you can't see.
My friend, that was many, many, many years ago. Why aren't you able to rest?
There's no resting when there's work to be done. You're shirking your duties.
The work was completed many, many, many years ago. Why aren't you able to rest?
Are you blind, little man? There's bodies to be buried. Says,
Bodies all the way to the riverbank and not just back in the old graveyard.
yeah.
Yeah, he's clearly seeing something that we're not.
No,
Be off with you if you're not here to help. Then be off with you. I've work to do. And he goes back to starts whistling this just a tune to himself again.
Okay, I mean, it seems like a pretty short interaction, so I'm gonna I'll look at Oscar. What do you think?
Is the spade actually digging a hole?
me.
Now we're close.
No.
No, it's not. I'll go. That was a good conversation. Let's go to the pub.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I think Siren might be interested in knowing that you can actually interact with them, but they still see the world that once was.
Yeah, you can talk to them definitely.
Okay, so you leave him. You leave this guy
Right.
to his business. As you approach the bridge, you glance back.
Can I just before we go, can I ask him? What year it is?
Wow, that's a good question. That is that's an awkward question. Never mind, a good question.
Well, you can work that out later. I want to know all like the timeline because we've no
Right.
idea, have we? Presume it's going to be. How long have we been? I'm 61, so
I can tell.
hundreds of years.
Just take me a moment.
We've never known anything other than the myth, have
like
we?
looks well as puzzled as somebody with no eyes can look. There's it's 870 AS. What other year would it be?
That probably still doesn't mean anything to us.
Yeah, it does.
We need to
Because
go and
it's
find
currently
somebody.
1165 AS.
All right.
Oh,
What's that? 1,000 years?
No, he said 870 AS.
Oh, eight.
Right?
300 years, I think.
Yeah. So just about right before the blood mist fell.
Oh.
But yeah, not
Or
long
maybe
after that,
during.
he kind of just fades from view again. Heading to the Three Skulls after that.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
go and join the others.
Right.
Good
So you head
question.
back up the bank, back to the bridge, just in time to see what looks like a small girl skipping towards you across the bridge, and she gets almost halfway across the bridge and then just vanishes. So meanwhile, you Garville and Siren, you approach the Three Skulls, so you can hear it and smell it long before you get close to the door. And as you open the door, you're hit by this wall of noise and smells of like people smoking pipes and like food cooking, and the place is it's a stark contrast to Dead Man's Hand. It's probably about the same amount of people in, but it's far more. It's far noisier and more stuff going on.
Yeah.
And behind behind the bar, you can see this this guy, short in stature, with a bald, shaved head, cleanly shaved beard, and a gut almost as wide as he is tall.
Hmm.
Come in, new patrons. Welcome to the Three Skulls Tavern.
I make right for him.
I would have warned him that the drink really doesn't taste very good, but the first one is free.
Are you Yawin?
I'm the Brewmaster Yarwin. Come and take a seat at the bar. First drinks on the house.
Well, I might have something you might be interested in.
Is that so? Why? What might that be?
Well, I heard some folk talking that you might be interested in someone willing to interact with the local Rust brother.
I don't want no trouble with Sturkus.
Ah, Sturkus. I never got his name. I did speak to him though.
Huh? You spoke with Sturkus. You got some backbone.
Maybe. You interested in hearing what he had to say?
I don't want no trouble with the Rust brothers.
You got no care for what he does? That's not what was implied to me. Sounded like you were interested in what he was up to.
I don't want to know what Sturkus is up to.
Very well, my mistake.
What have you been? What have you heard?
I heard a lot of interesting things. I heard they are not taxing this town, as people have said.
They? You mean they?
The Brotherhood.
The brothers, the Rust brothers. Now they take the dead.
Yeah, strange that your folk call it taxing.
Yeah.
Where I'm from, the dead are
Folks
sacred.
around here don't like to. It doesn't sit comfortable with them. They tend not to talk about it.
No surprise. How does it sit with you?
Like I say, so long as Sturkus keeps to himself, I have no interest in interfering with Rust Brother business.
Would it interest you to know that they're interested in your business?
Well, I know he sides with Mrs. Palmer.
And there's a reason for that.
Oh, aye. And how do you come to that conclusion?
Well, let's just say he doesn't like people like me. And I motion at my ears. Or
well,
anybody who isn't like him.
The Church of Rust is they're not keen on the elder folk. Although
that could be a problem down the line.
Well, maybe. Although from what I hear, still, Sturkus maybe isn't maybe doesn't toe the line.
Yeah, I did find it strange that he was so open with me. Why do you think he doesn't toe the line? Have you had dealings with him?
I've seen the look in those eyes. Those eyes have seen some terrible things. Maybe some things he wishes he'd never seen.
And yet he doesn't stop their collectors from coming here to harvest.
Well, once a brother,
What would you do if they came here in force with their tax?
Taking the dead. I've no dead. I've no ties to any of the dead here.
No, you mistake me. What would you do if they came in force with
Well.
those that they have taxed?
Well, there's a question. Be time to move. Time to move on, I guess. I don't see any sign of that happening. I just, in my mind, for me, a lot of it's there's a lot of this is talk, but it appears to be on the cautious side. And there's always the fact that the misgrown always appear when those that don't follow the strictures of the church.
The what?
The misgrown, the cursed, the deformed. Places that don't follow the strictures of the church, that don't follow their law, they're visited upon by the curse of the misgrown.
Never had such a problem where I'm from. And we have no Rust Brothers.
Well, there's the reason. It's best if your settlement stayed clear of the Rust Brothers, it's probably best to stay that way.
I mean, I'm certainly going to encourage that. Well,
So
if you...
he puts a tankard down anyway. He says, "Anyway, I'm good for my word. My own brew. Good dwarven ale. You'll not find a better brew here in the Hollows."
I take a swig.
Okay, it is exceptionally good. If
Oh.
you like ale.
Yeah, but he's never drunk anything like that before, correct?
No.
Well, no, but that doesn't mean I don't like it.
No, I guess not. Like, I just envisioned the first time I drank beer as a young man.
That's my reaction still. But yeah,
this is quite
it's
good.
an unusual drink, but it's very very nice, very unusual, very different, and highly intoxicating. You can tell. So what do you think?
It's quite good. It's like nothing I've ever tasted.
No, and you never will again. Not anywhere outside of Three Skulls.
Well, that's a bit sad, isn't it?
Well, it is. I'm aiming to open up my business, get some trading done. I want to sell my wares, but the old bailiff witch there, she's aiming to cripple my business with taxing.
You know, where I'm from, we have a winery that I think some people would like the taste of this as well.
Well, maybe we could talk business, or at least I'd love to talk business, but unfortunately I've got a bit of a obstacle to get past first.
How is it that she's an obstacle?
She, Miss Palmer, she seeks to tax my business. It makes it hard for me to proceed, and with Sturkus on side, it's a little hard to move that problem. Now then, You met Miss Palmer.
I have.
Then you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, she seems very set in her ways.
Indeed, she's a stubborn old witch.
But even if someone were able to solve that problem for you and the problem of Sturgis, my understanding is that more would come.
Oh, no, I'm not. You misunderstand me, Mr. Well, what's your name, by the way?
Siren,
You misunderstand me, sir. And I'm not. I'm not looking to get rid of Sturgis.
but you think he'd stand in the way of your business,
I
right?
think Sturgis would take the easy route and go with whatever he believes is best for the Hollows and best for a quiet life, you might say. If the balance were to tip in favour of more in favour of one side, perhaps that would shift the opinion of the brother as well.
Well, surely the elder is, not to put it too lightly, old. Won't the balance shift eventually anyway? Or does she
Which
have
has
an heir?
been here far longer than her time. But I haven't. Well, so Gaviel says if she dies, then he's not a problem. Well, that's certainly an interesting way of putting it. But
But who would
quite
take
possibly
power?
so. With
You?
Mrs. Palmer out of the picture, then maybe the balance of things would shift in my favour.
Do you have people that would back you?
Right, he looks up with a grin on his face. Says, a fresh round for everybody. Like cheers, and starts pulling free pints for everybody. Says, I think I've got plenty of support. Just need just that little bit of a shove.
I think I take your meaning.
Well, perhaps we might be able to do business, Mr. Seren.
Would you need time to prepare?
Well, I've got say 15 silver for somebody who might tip the scales. Everything is kind of waiting in the wings just for when that balance shifts, and then I can put my business plans in motion. Now, if 15 silvers convince you to help take Mrs. Palmer out of the picture.
Oh, I mean, nothing so crude. But I can make it so that your problem is gone.
Oh. Do tell.
No,
leans in
I
a little
wouldn't
bit
give away
closer.
my secrets. But I wouldn't do it for less than 20 silver. With as much as you've got to earn on this.
Well, Mr. Elf, I think I require a bit more information. If you want me to up up the price. Something a bit more specific, I think. Put yourself on the line.
Let's just say I have ways of encouraging people on to their final rest.
Well, show me some results, and I'm sure I can. I'm sure we can come to some agreement.
As I said, would you need time to prepare for the shift in power? Or is this something you want me to accomplish soon?
No, there's always ready to step in to fill the vacuum.
Well, be prepared then.
Says, have another drink on me. And he pulls you both